We live, we live, we live. What's going on, y'all, man? Hey, man, we back at it. Another edition of the 50-50 show. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. You already know what time it is, man. All right, y'all, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody coming through. If we're having audio issues, can you hear us? Let us know in the chat. Looks like Mood over Miami, my guy, man. Appreciate you coming through. He says sounds good now. All right, appreciate you. All right, yeah, we back at it again, man. Trying to figure out what's going on with. Oh, there you go. I was like, what's going on with my Raiders salute, my Raider chant? Lost audio. Okay, so okay. Okay, we back. All right, cool. Yeah. We know the intro, there's not gonna be audio. And just let y'all know, man, we're gonna be dropping a new intro soon. So just be on the lookout for that. So you'll be able to get some good tunes, good intro coming hopefully coming in the near future, man. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, man. Hey, look, we got a few things to talk about, man. Another edition of the off season, man. An off season special. We like to say, man. Severe, man. What's going on? Yeah. It's yeah, yeah. No, facts. But you know what? If you're a sports fan, Manuel says no severe. All right, so let us know, man. If severe, I can hear severe clearly, but if nobody can hear severe, let me know from earlier. But if you're like a sports fan, you can appreciate the passionate fans from soccer, man. It's crazy, like especially right now. It's like countries are going at each other, like you know what I mean. It's like can't hear severe. Okay, what is going on? Let's see what's going on here. Huh. No audio from severe. That's random.
That's how people like it.
How about now? How about can you hear severe?
that's how
Anyway,
people. That's how people prefer it, man. That's how that shit. No, you, hey, you can do the whole show like that, man. They'll be happy.
I'm sure the haters like severe's over.
Can't
Can't hear severe. Can you hear severe now?
hear me now.
Can you hear me now?
Is it old school?
Well,
Can you hear me
it's
now?
good. Y'all can hear
Good.
me fine, but severe on the other hand, I just made a little adjustment.
Yeah.
Hopefully, let us
Yeah.
know. There
Oh
we go.
boy,
All
Mac.
right,
Okay.
cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. We back at it. All right,
A
cool, smooth.
Verizon guy. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man.
Good. You gotta be 30 and older to understand that reference.
Man, they don't do those commercials no more. They got rid of them. It's done.
Not,
All right.
well, for a second, it was funny is that for a second, because I know he used to be with Verizon, and then T-Mobile had snatched him for a minute for like an ad campaign, and it was like clowning on Verizon, but then like he disappeared off the map again.
Yeah, yeah. So and they had that ad campaign was like that was their thing for years,
Dang.
for years,
Yeah.
for years. That being said, we're gonna talk about a few things today. Obviously, Max Crosby, people are, slowly but surely they talk. It's a slow season. I'm not gonna lie. If we're being honest, there's not a lot to talk about in terms of like what's going on around the NFL. But so people might be reaching a little bit, but
Yeah.
there might be where there's smoke, there's fire, and people are
Potentially.
kind of like looking at Max Crosby, and he had like a tweet that some people were like, does it mean that he's gonna leave? I even seen like a little clip of him with a young 49ers fan asking him, hey, are you going to come play for the 49ers? And he was just like, no, I can't. And then he ends it by saying, but you never know.
That was Clay. It's Clay. It's
Well, there
Clay
you go.
Kubiak asked him.
Yeah, man, it might have been him. Might have been him for sure. But that being said, like we've talked about the Max Crosby situation before, and like we know what it is. I mean, it's an awkward situation for Max and the Raiders. They're making the best out of the situation. Obviously, if he's here to stay, cool. But I don't think him not getting traded is off the table. Like him getting traded is off the table. I don't think that's.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see. There's gonna be a trade deadline during the season. Raiders start like 0-4, 1-3. You know what I mean? Whatever their record is at the time near the deadline, and it's a losing record. There's gonna be people calling, especially if Max Crosby's playing like lights out. You know, so if he's playing, I'm sure he got a chip on his shoulder. You know, everybody's doubting him. You know, people talking about, oh, he's hurt this, that, and the third. I'm sure he felt disrespected by the Ravens, how they kind of like basically were like, hey, we'd rather go get old boy from the Bengals, former Bengals pass rusher.
Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, they got him instead. That's pretty much what they did. They were like, you know what? Why don't we might let's go for a player, and they put dirt on his name by saying like, well, his injury, like they had no clue. You know, not to bring up old wounds, you know, but it's just like that whole situation. Like I've said before, man, scumbags, man. The Ravens are forever gonna be scumbags in my eyes.
Yeah.
Salute, man. My guy Machiavelli in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. My guy, man. We got my guy Yaya in the building. Was good, man. Right away, I forgot. I salute to the night crew, man. Appreciate it. D Mokes, man. We got some vets in the building, man. After watching, let's go beat a 40-something-year curse. Raiders going to the Super Bowl. Hey, look, the Knicks. Hey, my boy was like, hey, the Knicks just won a championship.
Yeah.
The Knicks just won a championship. And the Knicks have been they just been one of those teams where they're like, oh, the NBA is better when the Knicks are playing good basketball. What do they always say about the Raiders? The NFL is better when the Raiders are good, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, hey, there might be something to it, D-Mokes, man. I'm saying like the Raiders could be headed in a direction, but we know what we like to say, man, on this channel. We always say cautiously optimistic. Yeah. I'm not gonna go in. I've done that to myself so many times where I'm like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then boom, they do something else.
Lights cut off on you, man. That might be an omen. Be.
Hey, man, I forgot to pay my bill, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just looking for improvement, man. I'm not looking for playoffs. I'm not looking for I'm not looking for double-digit wins. We can go 0-17. If we look like a better team doing it, I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool with that. I'd rather just see improvement. See improvement across the board, offense and defense. Competence. If we lose a whole bunch of close games, because the other team across from us is better, that's fine. We got a young team, young weapons, not a lot of experience at the wide receiver position, not a lot of production traditionally at the wide receiver position. I just want improvement, man. That's all I want. Just across the board improvement. If you give me that, then we got something to build on and we can stack. Because that's what happened with the Knicks, right? They were laughing stock. Then they brought in Jalen Brunson. They started getting better. Then last year, they had a deep playoff run. And I think they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year and lost to the Pacers. And then this year, they brought in a new coach. That little bit of a different philosophy. And then what happens? They win it all. So, we know what it is
by brick with the Raiders. The Raiders, there needs to be things that need to go their way. And like a lot of the second-year players need to take the next step. We need to figure out that quarterback situation. Hopefully we can get some stability there. Obviously we drafted Mendoza, but is he ready? You don't want to throw him to the wolves because you don't want to have him ruin his confidence early on, especially when you're trying to develop a quarterback, which is one of the hardest positions to play in sports. You want him to go in a situation where he could just have a good foundation, and hopefully they can build him up to be as great as he can be. But and that's why you have a Kirk Cousins in the building. But if Kirk Cousins could be solid right out the gate, that's like kind of a blessing in disguise for the Raiders. Because I know a lot of fans, everybody want to see Mendoza, which I don't mind. Like Mendoza's the best guy out there, put him out there. But I also understand why you wouldn't put him out there because of obviously the offensive line. We don't know what's going on there. Receivers outside of like, all right, Bowers, and then it's just like who's going to be another reliable target? Hopefully Michael Mayer, Jet Naylor, Besh.
Questions,
right? So once they figure that part out, then I think that's when. And then if, let's say, Raiders are kind of not winning a few games right out the gate, or Kirk Cousins plays bad enough where it's like, you know what, we might as well, everything else is looking good around around the quarterback right now. Kirk Cousins not playing good football, might as well put the young guy in there. But from what we are hearing with Mendoza, is that like it seems like they have not from Mendoza, but from the Raiders, they have a plan. So now that it's a guessing game on when they like think that they can have him out there. If they have a plan, does it make it seem like he's probably going to come later in the season?
That's what it seems to be, and not only from their plan, from like what we've been hearing, what they've been saying. Tom Brady's been saying it for a long time. Spytech said the same thing. They want to be patient. They want him to watch and a grown up, play football, somebody with experience. Clint Kubiak was kind of that same accord. He hedged a little bit, where it's basically he said he's gonna put the best guy out there. But you hear about Mendoza for the most part during these OTAs and mini camps. There's been some bright spots. Everybody raves about his work ethic, about his mentality, but his play on the field, has left a lot to be desired. He's going through those early growing pains, which is to be expected as a guy coming from college to NFL. So right now he's running third string, and from what people have said, deservedly so. He's been like the third best guy out there. What you would expect. You got a guy that's been in the NFL, 12 plus years. You got Aiden O'Connell who's been there 4 plus 5 years. 4 years. So like you kind of expect him to be behind those guys. Those guys are experienced. So just give him time. And that's the thing that's going to suck is that if Kirk Cousins come out there and he starts struggling, or if we get off to a losing streak, then it's going to be Mendoza's chance. And and it's almost a situation where we could be potentially setting them up to fail, which is why I hope, we're as patient as he needs. I know a lot of fans want to see him. I know people in the organization, I know they probably want to see him as well, because they want to see what they spent the number 1 overall pick on. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of do what's best, not only for Mendoza, but do what's best for the Raiders as well. And having him start or play games when he's not ready, that's not going to do us any favors, and it's definitely not going to do him any favors.
For sure, man. And that's the thing too, man. As a Raider fan, I just want them to do things the right way. The wrong way, or the Raider way as of recent history, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. When they try to go left, when everybody goes right, it just doesn't work. We're signing the wrong guys in free agency. The guys on, that are way past their prime, and we're trying to recreate. Like that worked when you had a little bit more room for error, and this might be something that maybe an older Raider fan could understand, especially when you talk about the Al Davis era, where we were literally the Raiders are trying to win the Super Bowl almost every year. Like they're literally trying to sign whoever. During the Mark Davis era, it's kind of been a mixed bag, where early on it was like McKenzie, and then after that, it was just like, all right, Gruden, and kind of like a reload type of situation. It wasn't really a rebuild outside of like McKenzie. Yeah. So maybe that was similar to the late Al Davis and how he was trying to win it every year. It just felt like last few years we really didn't have a plan. We didn't have an identity. It didn't make any sense. We're like talking about how we're gonna go out there and we're gonna compete for a playoff spot and this, that, and a third. But like, have you seen the roster? Have you seen the quarterback position? Like, you can't be serious. And it's funny too, because this is a few years back, but remember when we had AP as the head coach, and we were laughing because the whole time AP was he was out there in the media talking to everybody and and then once we got to training camp, there was a comment made by AP, the head coach at the time, where he was just trying to temper the expectations because he knew it was bad. You remember that? You remember how he tried to temper the expectations? Because he knew what it was. He knew what it was.
Yeah.
And but it is what it is.
We were trying to temper the expectations too.
Yeah, it was so obvious. Last year was so obvious. The year before was so obvious. Like this year, what makes it a little bit more intriguing is that like, okay, we have some talent in place. There is a little bit of room for growth. Like, oh, okay, you got a young defensive coordinator. You got some, like I've said a lot of times, it's the most talented I've seen on the Raiders defense. And I've said it multiple times, and I know we were thinking about it. We're like, yeah. Because people were automatically like, oh, well, Khalil Mack. I'm not talking about one player. I'm talking about we all know one player is not going to get it done in the NFL. Exactly. We have Max Crosby for years. What has that done? You know what I mean? Like, have the Raiders had a top 10 defense with Max Crosby? I don't think so. Maybe 8 games of the AP interim head coach. Team. Maybe that was like the best defense that I've seen from the Raiders. But that was 8 games, not a full season, right? So, but going back to what I was saying is that like this team, there's a lot of intrigue. So that's what makes it more exciting. But the last few years have been depressing because we knew early on, like, man, like this is gonna be a tough season to watch, man. Tough season because the whole off season last year we were just cracking jokes about Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I for sure was cracking. Oh man, it's a target rich environment, man. But that's the the problem is the problem with it is that Raider fans are very hopeful people. They're like very hopeful fans because when you've been as bad for as long as we've been,
I'm hopeful too.
You have nothing but hope, right? So everybody talks about the Raiders cycle. They are going crazy.
Crazy.
Everybody talks about the Raiders cycle of fandom, where he's like, you know what, like hope springs eternal, and then we go through the season, and then we're bad, and then off season comes, and then we sign some new players, get a new coach, and then hope springs eternal again. So that's kind of been the cycle we've been in. Hopefully we can get out of that cycle and actually like stick to one coach first of all, and then he can start like building towards some stuff so where it's not the constant we get hopeful, yeah, we're doing this, and then it's followed by a disappointing season. Like, so but the Raiders fans said, people were telling us they said AP's gonna win 10 games or win 10, 11 games. It didn't happen, right? And they said Pete Carroll's gonna win 10, 11 games because all Pete Carroll does is win, and then it didn't happen. So now I think people are starting to come along to the thinking of, you know what? Let's tone it down. Let's simmer it down just a little bit and let these guys cook. Let it slow roast. Let it slow roast. Y'all trying to blow it in the microwave. Let it slow roast. Let it simmer. Let it cook. We smoking this thing. We smoking this thing over cherry wood. We got the thermometer in there, waiting for it to reach that right temperature, and then we can take it off to smoke.
Yeah. See, the thing is, though, going back to how I started this off, I want the Raiders to do things the right way, and it feels like with this team, I mentioned the players that they added, the talent on the defensive side of the football. Obviously, Mendoza. Then you talk about Kubiak, who's seems like one of the bright minds, young offensive-minded, coaches out there in the NFL. So it's like a little bit more intrigue. Is it a fully talented roster? No, they got some holes. It's kind of gonna take another offseason. Got to bring some guys in, and some guys need to step up, take that next step. There's that. But I just think there's a little bit more intrigue, and it just feels like the Raiders are doing it the right way. They're going about it the right way. I haven't really seen anything. You probably can criticize maybe like they could have drafted this guy, you know what I mean? But they haven't really had a lot of dumb moves. Like hindsight is 2020. Like we're gonna probably come back later to this and be like,
Kieran Crawford.
Kieran. We'll see. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus.
Nah, we'll see. He's third round pick. We'll see.
But I'm not gonna. I was surprised. I was like, Kieran, who? Like in the third round. Like, but there's a lot of guys that I respected that like are high on him. So we'll see. He kind of seems like as a prospect, he kind of seems like a Malcolm Kuntz type, where there's probably gonna be a little bit of development with him. So we'll see with him. But it just feels like the Raiders are going in the right direction. That's what it feels like. But we'll see. Cautiously optimistic. That being said, man, my guy Manuel, my bad, man. We got carried away. Appreciate the super chat. He says, off topic, but LeBron to the Bay. LeBron James, man. I think he recently just announced that he will not be coming back to the Los Angeles Lakers, and I believe it's open season now. He feels like he can still compete for a championship. I don't think that's with the Warriors. Warriors would just be like an older. Warriors got their own problems, and it's similar to LeBron. They're old. You know what I mean? So if anything, LeBron would want to go with the younger team if he has hope to be to basically compete for a championship, because the young teams are winning. The young teams are going deep, making deep playoff runs. Does he go to New York? That'd be interesting. Does he go to New York? Does he go to where would he go? Does he go to? If he went to the Spurs, man, I'm not gonna lie, that'd be so goofy.
That'd be crazy. I doubt they do it though. I doubt they do it.
But I wonder, and the thing is, LeBron is probably gonna want to get paid unless he takes a pay cut too as well. Like, it just really depends on. I mean, where do you think he goes? Because LeBron feels like he has the leverage to ask for top dollar based off his name alone and how he would just bring all types of revenue to the team. Yeah, for sure. Everybody's going to be going to the games. Like, they're going to be paying to see LeBron and you know, whoever the team is playing, right? So
we saw what happened when he pump fake. People thought it was going to be his last season with the ticket prices for them last games, how high they shot up. Then he announced it was like, well, it's like a alcohol, something crazy like that.
Yeah,
he was hot.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to say where he would go, but I don't think he goes to the Warriors. I don't think Warriors are old, man. Warriors got their own, like Steph, Draymond, even Draymond. I think he's not sure if he's coming back, or some of the people that's on the team. I think Steph has a lifetime contract with the Warriors, but obviously if he wants to leave, then obviously they can, they'll see what they can do with that. I mean, I'm sure a team, but I think Steph's still got a little bit left in the tank as far as being a contributor. Like, he's still a good player, but like guys like Draymond, it's like, man, like, older, man. I don't know what it is, but I just think that with LeBron though, like it just would be like, it would be one of those like, oh man, LeBron and Steph are playing together, and then like the Warriors are probably gonna be like 40 and I don't know, like 500, sub 500 team. I don't think it's gonna be. It just more on paper it's gonna look nice, but I don't think it's gonna be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I heard the Bay thing, and I thought like, oh, you know what, maybe he'll do it, but I can't see LeBron doing that. The main reason why I can't see LeBron doing that is that actually, if LeBron is sticking around, like I think he just enjoys playing the game, but I'm sure he also wants the ring. If he wins the ring with the Warriors, like forever and eternally, they'll be, oh, LeBron he got to run the Steph Curry's team to win the ring. He couldn't do it by himself. That narrative will always follow him. And when those guys, when you get to LeBron level, obviously you kind of got to ignore the noise, but you still care about your legacy, and you don't want your legacy to be, oh, he couldn't do it without Steph. His biggest rival during the era, he had to team up with them to go win the ring. So like they'll always fight. They'll always figure out a way to discount stuff that LeBron does, because most people like a player outside LeBron, and so LeBron is generally the biggest threat to their favorite player. Like all the Jordan fans don't like LeBron because he's a threat to Jordan as the GOAT. All the Lakers fans didn't like LeBron because him and Kobe had like a pseudo rivalry. So. And then obviously all the Steph Curry fans don't like LeBron because those guys were battling it out all the time. So like he can't do that. That's the one he can't do. Cleveland would make sense. They're a good team. I mean, they got some pieces over there. He's a guy that can kind of help them like learn how to win in those kind of series, because obviously you got James Harden there, you got Donovan Mitchell over there. Those are two guys that had never really won at the highest level. So LeBron could be a kind of guy that can kind of help guide them through that because he's done it. Been to the final when he was in the Eastern Conference. He was going to the finals every year, and since he's been going out of the Eastern Conference, it's been damn near a new team in the finals every year. So we kind of see the kind of chokehold he had on that conference for forever, and it made it look easy.
It's easier to go to the finals in the Eastern Conference. I mean, historically speaking.
Well, technically, but who's been going consistently from the East recently? When LeBron was over there, it was him every year.
Yeah, because
he's not there no more.
But the thing is though, like in the East, like if you have the best player, like if you have like Jordan, like if you have the best player, like you're going to the finals. Like historically, that's happened a lot. Maybe here and there were teams like the Celtics, where they're more of a team.
But look at Giannis though. Giannis supposed to be top 5 player in the league. Hey, they've been going to the finals. They ain't been doing it. If you put a young LeBron on that team, he gonna take them to the finals. They're gonna lose in 5 or 6 games, but they're gonna go to the finals.
But then, all right, is Giannis that good though? Is Giannis ain't LeBron? Giannis ain't
no. But that's my point though. That's LeBron is that good. There are very few people that are that good.
Okay, but Giannis a great player, but he's not. He's not. All right, who you taking? Giannis or Steph in a prime?
In their prime, I'm taking Steph.
Okay.
Barely, but
okay. So
just
because
Giannis is because he can't shoot, but Giannis is way better defensively.
Okay.
Giannis is way better defensively, and he can still play the point. He can guard 4 positions. In today's NBA, probably 5, depending on who the center is. So he offers you some different versatility. But Steph, you can build like an entire offense around Steph in a way where you can you can make the fit easier with Steph because he could be the ball handler or he could be the off-ball shooter. You can hide him on defense. So that's where you can kind of mitigate him on that end of the floor. So it's a little bit easier of a build with Steph.
Right. All right. So okay. So then okay, Giannis or old boy from Denver,
Jokic.
Giannis, who currently he got traded to Miami this offseason.
Yeah, Giannis or Jokic.
Jokic is crazy.
Yeah, Jokic is crazy. Jokic is another guy that don't play no damn defense either though. But Jokic is offensively. Jokic is crazy. But I'm probably going Jokic. I'm going Jokic. Because I mean, you got a 7-footer that can pass, that can shoot. He don't play no defense, but he can play in the post. Like he can do too much.
But then the thing is though, you probably can maybe pair him with another defensive big or like you could find that.
It's not a lot of bigs in the NBA regardless. But the thing is like what they'll do is they'll put Jokic in the pick and roll and put him in the blender. So you got to worry about that. Because ain't no bigs in the NBA. You ain't got to if you're a center for the most part, you don't got to guard nobody. Ain't no dominant centers like that no more.
Right. Damn, I was just thinking about I don't know if you mentioned this. Can LeBron go back to Miami? But the way
I'm saying I'm thinking Cleveland or Miami would be the best bets. But it'll be hard to put a team together with him and Giannis because both him and Giannis, LeBron. This actually, you know what? It can kind of work because LeBron kind of showed this last year. He can be the third guy on the team, or he can be the off-ball guy and still be effective. And because he did that with Luka. He did that with Luka and with Austin Reeves. So he can kind of be that other guy because Giannis needs the ball in his hand. Because Giannis, he ain't gonna really he can't shoot for the most part. He ain't gonna really be a guy that's a cutter. LeBron can shoot, pretty well, and he's a guy that can be a cutter. He can cut back door. He can make plays that way as well. He could be a screener in a pick and roll. Well, Giannis could be a screener in a pick and roll game too, but LeBron could be a screener in the pick and roll game. He could be the guy handling the ball in the pick and roll as well. So I think they can make that work.
Yeah.
They need shooters though. They don't need shooters.
TK, you called it, man. You said Miami or Cleveland. Yeah. Those seem like natural fits because he's familiar. He's been there to those teams.
Spo knows him.
Yeah, he's played under Spo. I think the way he left though, it just felt like it was kind of a weird situation in that it felt like he was tired of Heat culture. Because I heard Pat Riley's a maniac, he's super strict, very that he has everybody on like a crazy strict diet, and it was. He might have been tired of that maybe at the end of his time with Miami. So maybe I don't know, maybe. But then like LeBron went back to Cleveland, and he have an issue with the owner. The owner basically,
Dan Gilbert. Yeah, that's the thing.
Buzz
But
kind of like puts the dirt in his name. I was like, damn.
yeah, it was like Cleveland's going to win the championship before LeBron and all this stuff, which did not happen. He still ain't got another one. But they kind of mended those fences because he left to Miami, then he went back and played for Cleveland again. So those fences are kind of mended. And then obviously Cleveland is home. It's the organization that drafted him. He won his first ring. He didn't win his first ring, but he won a ring there. He won them their first championship in X amount. I don't know how many years. With that Believeland team. So I could see him wanting to finish off his career. Kind of where it all started. And it'll be special if you do that, like that going away tour, kind of like how Kobe had and how like Kareem had with the Lakers. Like it'll hit a little bit different doing it with Cleveland because that's home.
That's where you started it. Yeah. That would make sense. That's actually a good point. Mike Belli says to be honest, I'm not gonna be mad wherever he decides to sign. He brought a chip at least in his time with this. Yeah. With us, can't hate on him. For sure. Business says LeBron old and still get 20 and 10.
Facts. Like somebody put up a side by side of LeBron stats this past year, and then Derrick Rose stats in his like MVP year, and LeBron stats were comparable. Now, obviously, that stats don't tell the whole story, but it's like crazy that a guy at 41 years old is putting up those kind of numbers.
Yeah. TK says no one counts that bubble chip. Okay.
Yeah, people are haters though. I mean, like what's crazy is that, like, I don't know what team TK roots for, but if his team won it, they count it. Like this thing, everybody, and what's even crazier is that everybody who was in the bubble says that's the toughest they've ever played, toughest basketball they've ever played. Like it was the toughest setting. Like mentally, you have to be mentally sharp. You have to be physically sharp. Like everything about the bubble was difficult. So since everything was more difficult, you don't count. Like that should count for extra. Like, but everybody's that don't count because it's and the thing that's even worse is that the Lakers were the number 1 seed in the West. So in the bubble, there's no crowd. So they lost the home court. So they were more hurt than anybody else because they lost home court throughout the playoffs. They had to play on a neutral site and they still won. And they lost a starting player that didn't play in the bubble in Avery Bradley, who was like their best defensive guard. So he opted not to go because he wanted to stay with his family. So, I mean, the people want to discount it, but it's just if their team won it, they wouldn't discount it.
So Avery Bradley didn't play the entire playoffs?
He didn't play at all in the bubble. No, he opted out. He stayed home.
And he got a ring anyways.
Still got a ring, yeah. I forgot we replaced him with old boy. What's the old boy that played for Syracuse? He played in Cleveland for a little while. What's my guy's name? Dang, I forgot his name. But
he for sure regrets it. I bet he regrets it.
Yeah,
because I'm sure he wanted to play. Ant wants Bron in Minnesota. Oh, okay. Ant wants Bron in Minnesota.
That'd be crazy, man. Ant, LaMelo, and LeBron. That would be insane.
Man, LaMelo, watching him play gets me hella mad. But
LaMelo is hella fun to watch, bro. He like the funnest player to watch.
He's fun, he's talented, but like he be doing. But I guess it's a sign of like today's NBA where they just be doing hella moves, stay in one place, and then like shoot the basket. Like it just, I like more efficient. Like, like I like the flashy move, but like, all right, do the flashy move and then do what you got to do. But like they'll be like they'll just it's like and one mixtape.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. They'll do hella moves and stay. Maybe I'm old. I mean, I guess I'm getting old school now.
Yeah, you're old school, man.
Yeah, old school. Straights.
So all this damn dribbling.
I'm straight to the. But to me, the best scorers are the scorers that can get to the rim or get to their shot in less dribbles.
Yeah.
You know that one-on-one game, that game one-on-one game, like they give you 2 dribbles and you got to fix, NBA players, like a lot of hoopers do that. Like they'll
yeah, they got I think it's like a 3 dribble limit.
Yeah, 3 dribble limit, and then you got to like score.
Yeah, you got to take a shot.
Nah, I don't know. I just feel like they take a lot more dribbles in order to. But it is what it is. But look, we'll see how it's gonna work. LaMelo and Ant, talented players. But with LeBron, that would be crazy. Because what LeBron also gives you is like a veteran presence, like so much experience, so much game. Because he's been 20 plus years. So that's gonna be big wherever he goes. Man, we went with a basketball, man. And then since we talking about basketball, didn't the guard from Memphis get traded?
Yeah, Ja.
Who did he get traded for?
I forgot. He got traded for a bag of Funyuns and some policies, right? It was Jeremy Grant and some other bum. I mean, Jeremy Grant was the best player in the trade, if I recall correctly. I think a pick too.
But John Morant, he's just notoriously like
fans Deion Waiters is the guy. Deion Waiters here from Syracuse, played for Cleveland.
Let me see. So John Morant for trade. Dang. I mean, John Morant is talented, bro. If he could just put it all together, he's notorious known for being like super immature.
Yeah,
man.
He just put it in the holster, bro. That's all he got to do. But job be fine if he just put the gun in the holster, bro. Leave it in the holster, dog. Leave it at the crib. Leave it in the safe, bro. That's all you need to do. Job be straight.
Hey, low key, what's the name is goofy too. The guard that got traded to Minnesota.
Oh, LaMelo, yeah. But he's not like troublemaking,
but he's done some just goofy stuff.
He's just his sound bites be crazy, but he's not like Ja, where like Ja's thing is like he be getting caught with guns all the time. Like LaMelo ain't never been in trouble like that. He'd be saying dumbass stuff in interviews, or he'll make comments, and he just talk he'll talk like me and you talk, like off cam though, saying dropping M bombs, dropping F bombs, like he just don't really be caring. But that's because who in Charlotte was gonna say something to him? Like nobody.
Ja has no jumper at all and won't dunk anymore. Yeah, we'll see, man. I think that's a big move for Portland, I guess, because I don't know, what's his name hasn't been the same since he got hurt. He's kind of on a downhill of his, Dame. He's kind of like,
That's another Bay Area native, man.
Yeah. But he put his time in, man. It just sucks that damn, he's just one of the many players that majority of their prime they played for a team that just didn't really put together a good team around him.
Yeah, I mean, he had LaMarcus Aldridge. Yeah. I mean,
LaMarcus Aldridge, he was good, but he wasn't great.
He was good. Yeah, it was good. I mean, he was good enough to win with. But he was their star player before.
See, the thing is, this is why if we're gonna argue about LeBron, LeBron is a great player, but if he had to play in the Western Conference, them 9 straight appearances in the finals, I don't think they happen in the Western Conference, just because the depth of how good these teams are. He's a great player. Whoever team that he plays for, they're probably gonna put a great team out there. But there's gonna be some years where it's like, oh damn, the Spurs, or this team, Dallas, or whoever. You know what I mean?
It depends. It depends on who's on his team.
You mentioned LaMarcus Aldridge, but Dame has been in the Western Conference his whole career, and he's a great player, but he's been first round and out every time.
Yeah,
first round, maybe second round, but
until LaMarcus Aldridge is way better than anybody LeBron had in Cleveland pre-Miami.
But Milwaukee, he did go Milwaukee for a second. It just did not work out at all.
Yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah, and then he got hurt too. But LaMarcus Aldridge is way better than anybody LeBron had in Cleveland pre-Miami. So his first stint in Cleveland, he's way better than anybody he had on that team. And he still took that team to the finals a few times.
CJ was nice, but I didn't like it.
CJ McCollum, yeah.
I did not like the fit at all, bro. It's like all right,
2 small guards.
Bro, look at the Warriors, right? You talked about Steph. We talking about basketball right now, but we're gonna get back to the Raiders. But look at Steph. You talk about how Steph is a defensive liability, small, right? Boom. Who's the other off guard for years? Clay, one of the best two-way players in the NBA for years in his prime. So like, it was a perfect complement to Steph. You got a big guard, which Clay was about 6'7".
Yeah, 6'6", 6'7".
6'6", 6'7". So like, whatever they had to do as far as matchups, you got Clay there to guard whoever the best perimeter player is. But like, for years with the Blazers, they just kept putting out the same. Even though they're two talented players, Dame, I would say, is better. He's a great player, and then like CJ was a very good player at best. It just didn't work.
But that's my point, is that LaMarcus Aldridge and CJ McCollum is way better than anybody that LeBron had in Cleveland in the first stint. Way better.
Yeah.
You can't name nobody that LeBron had in Cleveland. Like Matthew Dellavedova, is it Zdrano Ilgauskas? Like, bro, Timofey Mozgov.
Mo Williams.
Yeah, Mo Williams. Yeah, Mo Williams is solid. But Mo Williams is solid. Like nobody, like Mo Williams ain't nowhere near as good as CJ McCollum. Ain't nowhere near as good as CJ McCollum. What's the other guy? Daniel Gibson. Well, he made Daniel Gibson. What's called him? I think his name was Booby Gibson. He made Booby Gibson like famous.
Yeah, but
nobody damn about Booby Gibson.
Yeah, but my point is that like, I get what you're saying. You're saying the talent that he had to play with, but at the end of the day, like, he's still not going through a gauntlet of teams that the Western Conference is going to bring consistently year in, year out.
When your team is that bad, everybody you play is a gauntlet. That's what my point is. Like, when you're that bad, when you're that nerfed, everybody you play, you put him on a team with LaMarcus Aldridge and CJ McCollum, bro, they for sure in the Western Conference Finals, at least they probably still losing to either the Thunder or to the Warriors.
I'm not guaranteeing. I'm not going to guarantee.
Oh, bro, they guaranteeing they going to the Western Conference Finals.
Bro, you can't guarantee.
They're going to the Western Conference Finals for sure.
You're probably thinking 1 year, maybe 1 year in mind, like, oh, bro, this year for sure. But I'm just saying, consistently, you can consistently. I don't know.
Bro, look at the roster, bro. He had Matthew Dellavedova starting.
Right.
He had an old Richard Jefferson.
But who was in the Eastern Conference those years? Who was the teams? What were the teams?
I can't remember.
Exactly. It's nothing to remember because my point.
He still had the Bucks. He had the Magic. He had the Wizards. The Wizards had a good team.
Come on, man. Wizards wouldn't even make the playoffs in the Western Conference. You know what I mean?
Man, when Gil was over there cooking. They just couldn't get past LeBron, bro. Like, LeBron kept a lot of these dudes, just eliminating these dudes in the first round. That's why you don't remember these dudes.
Yeah, like
Boston teams.
Sometimes what happens is sometimes teams could be good enough if you have the best player on the court. You have the best player on the court, usually that's good enough. But then but that's not going to work in the Western Conference. Maybe it's hard, bro. Like, because I was going to say in the first round, but then who are you going to play? What's LeBron's seed in the first round? If it's a lower seed, then he's going to have to go against the top seed, which most likely we're talking about back then. We're talking about the Lakers. We're talking about the Spurs. We're talking about like the top teams in the NBA. And then but if it's a higher seed, it's still not a guarantee. Like, you'll get past the first round, the second round, who are you going to play? That's what I'm saying. It's just like,
if he has a better team around him, he going deep in the playoffs. That's all it is. If he has a better supporting staff, he dragged that Cleveland team to multiple finals teams, appearances.
I'm telling you,
bro.
I'm just saying, like, the Eastern Conference, it gives you a little bit of illusion, especially if you're a great player, because you can compare, you can bring up, oh well, how come Giannis? But Giannis is not the caliber of player that LeBron is. We all know that. Like,
that's the point.
It's not even close.
But that's the point.
But like, when we talk about LeBron, we're talking about, like, we're comparing him to the all-time greats, right?
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about, right? I'm not even thinking about Giannis.
Giannis gonna be like a top 30 player all time, top 25, possibly.
Yeah. You know, I'm not thinking.
I mean,
I'm not
so that's
thinking.
all time great player.
But I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking about Giannis though. No one's thinking about
Yeah.
Giannis. Maybe the people that think about Giannis, the people that are watching him currently today. But I'm thinking
Yeah.
when you think about all time, I'm not thinking about like Giannis is that guy. But look, at the end of the day, look, LeBron, he's gonna find his team, whoever it is. He's gonna go out and try to go for a championship. He's not gonna be the main guy. He's up there in age, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But he's gonna probably, if he's gonna want to win a championship, I think the two teams that we kind of like agree is like Miami and Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
You know, but just to move it on, man, we just went on a whole basketball. Man, Emmanuel, this all started with you, Emmanuel, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out for the super chat earlier. Michael Valley says Mexico W tonight got it sounding like a war zone outside.
Man, bro, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. It's already, bro, in LA, because you know, all like everybody out here be getting illegal fireworks anyway. But then Mexico won in a knockout round or whatever. It was the first time in 40 years, so bro, it's going dumb. It's like outside my window, yeah. It sound like a drive-by outside right now.
Let me ask you this, because I know I said we moving on, but like, what do you because you brought up Aldridge's name. Do you think he was a great player?
I don't say great player. He's a really, really good player. Really good player. At one point he was probably at a few points probably he's probably like the second best power forward in the league, second, third, behind, you know, Duncan, KG. But yeah, like for a long time he was like in that round.
Yeah. Is Zagunis Ilgauskas days.
Bro, the Junior Sagakis was buns, bro. I'm telling you, dog. LeBron had nobody over there, bro.
All I'm saying is that the teams that he was going against, they weren't that good. To be even in being in the round that they were in to play LeBron. Like, look, all I'm saying in the Eastern Conference, if you're a great player, you have a chance to make a deep playoff run. That's it. In the Western Conference, you could be.
No, you don't, bro. No. Why you don't have a chance?
Oh.
No, why you don't have a chance?
How is it not? How you not?
No, why you don't have a chance if you're a great player?
AI was
because LeBron was in the way, bro. That's my point. The point.
But
look
AI
at LeBron.
Finals. AI was in the finals.
One time, once.
But AI was in the finals. But that's just an example.
Once.
I know.
Did T-Mac ever go to the finals?
Yeah, but
T-Mac didn't get out of the first round.
Did T-Mac get out of the first round?
T-Mac never got out of the first round. He was up 3-1 and lost. He never got out of the first round. He got out of the first round one time. That's when he was a reserve with the Spurs.
Yeah.
So T-Mac couldn't get out of the first round. We talk about how nice T-Mac is. T-Mac might be better than this. T-Mac couldn't get out of the first round. That lets you know how he. Look at LeBron in the East Coast when he's there in the finals every year. LeBron leaves. It's a different team every year now.
Yeah, but like that's still not like it. My main point is that like he wouldn't be doing the same thing in the Western Conference. That's all I'm saying. Now you could compare.
You put him on the back. I'm not trying to go to the finals every year, but he's going to the finals.
When I bring up AI, I'm bringing up like damn, like AI. We all know like, you know, he was an MVP that year, great player. He was able to get to the Eastern Conference. If he could have had a great season, probably did the same thing he did it in the Western Conference, but he's not going to the finals. They're probably gonna get knocked out in the first round in the Western Conference. That's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing. Like LeBron is a better player than AI. LeBron is a better player than T-Mac. My point is like when you're a great player, you have a chance to actually like think about old boy that went from the Spurs, who was on the Spurs went from the Western Conference, went straight to the Eastern Conference, right? Went to the Toronto Raptors. Kawhi, who actually got recently traded back to the Raptors. Yeah. Kawhi goes to the Raptors, wins the championship his first year there. Boom.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's easier. It's just a little bit easier on
but average, the Raptors were making deep playoff runs already. Just DeRozan couldn't get them over the hump. And then he was on the Spurs and he was hurt on the Spurs. That's part of the reason why the Spurs traded him, because like he wouldn't come back and play. And that seems to be a story that continued, even after that. But he was hurt. So you guys trade over there. They were already a good team. Were already a really good team. They were making deep playoff runs every year. And know who was keeping them from going to the finals? Guess who was keeping them from going to the finals? Guess who was keeping the Raptors from going to the finals? Let's take a wild guess. It's who in the East. Who in the East was keeping them from going? Yeah, exactly my point.
But it's LeBron. Look, we talking about the Heat and LeBron. Like, yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, who was keeping them from going to the finals?
The Heatles.
Before that, but just LeBron. Period. LeBron in Cleveland. LeBron in Miami. LeBron back in Cleveland. He was keeping them from going to the finals every year.
That's my point. That's my point. When you're like in the Eastern Conference and you're a great player, you have a good chance to make a deep playoff run. And if you're LeBron, I'm not devaluing LeBron. If you're LeBron in the Eastern Conference, every point that you made about how LeBron did this and LeBron did that would work a lot more in the Eastern Conference than it would in the Western Conference. That's all I'm saying. And I don't want to use this, and I didn't use this as an example. I don't want to use his time with the Lakers as like, oh, look at like LeBron here, because it's like later in his career past his prime. But I still think even if he was in his prime, he would probably make some deep playoff runs, but there would be some years where he would have a tough time because, man, like Western Conference, man, like it just seems like year in, year out, they're always putting out like just a lot of good teams. It's not a good team, not two good teams, just a lot of teams that you got to go through, and that takes a toll. Like think about it this way: the Spurs, when they beat the Thunder in the Western Conference championship, right, final, to go to the NBA Finals, they were celebrating. They were celebrating like they won the championship. The Spurs were they were celebrating like they won the championship.
That's a young team. It's a young team.
But I'm just saying, they knew how big a feat. Okay, they were celebrating how much because they felt like they won the championship when they beat the Thunder.
But then they beat the defendant. They beat the reigning MVP, two-time reigning MVP, and the defending champions. So it's like, yeah, I mean, they're gonna celebrate. Right. And obviously there was a horrible team the year before too.
Right, in the Western Conference. And then on top of that, like they overlooked who? The Eastern Conference team in the New York Knicks. And that was a mistake, right? And they end up losing. But you know, you can blame it on a lot of different things, inexperience, you know, a lot of reason why they lost. But I'm just saying, like, my main point is LeBron, great player, all-time great player. I'm not going to compare him to this player and see, this player only did it one time. I'm not saying that. My main point is that, like, he just wouldn't be dominating the way he dominated most of his career when he was in the Eastern Conference. And you probably could say Michael Jordan too. You could throw on Michael Jordan a little bit because he was coming out of the East. Yeah. Like come on, it's just come on. You're like, fan. You know what it is. Come on, bro. Like,
I mean, look, I watched LeBron. I think the first year he was here, I think he got hurt. I want to say he got hurt first year. That's like right after the Christmas game. Trash. Yeah.
Hey, let's not discount it. They were terrible, yeah, for sure. But
Grant Hill though. Like Grant Hill's way better than anybody.
He got hurt. Come on, bro. He got hurt. But LeBron is a better player. LeBron is a way better player than T-Mac. It's just
way better. Yeah, because LeBron went to the finals, won the finals. Then the next year they should have won again. I think LeBron ended up getting hurt, and that hurt their seeding. And then AD got hurt. And we had the Phoenix Suns, and we lost to the Phoenix Suns, and that was a team that eventually ended up going to the finals. And then we had the other year we went to the Western Conference Finals. We lost to Denver, who went on to win the championship. So I mean, he'd been in the thick of it, you know, basically every year except for their first Westbrook year, which was trash. Yeah.
This basketball sucks. It's boring. There's my barbershop take. Yeah, man, it's not the same, but you know what? I'm not. The finals was pretty. I thought it was a solid finals. I know, like, if you look at like the end result, I think the Knicks won like 5-1. Or 4-4. They won 4-1. 4-1. But like each game, it was like it was pretty good games to watch. Like, you could tell like the Spurs they're not going away. Like, they got some young talent over there. They're only gonna get better. And then also you think about next year too, like the Thunder. They're going to come back motivated, you know, chip on their shoulder, everybody overlooking them, especially the MVP.
SGA. Shai.
Like, I think he is going to have a big chip because I feel like everybody goes at him just because, like,
when you're the top guy, that's what it is.
On the foul merchant, and you know what I mean? Like, he's the top guy, you know, it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see, man. Yeah, but I haven't been watching basketball like that like I used to, you know what I mean? But I still could keep up, man. I can still understand what's going on. Like I understand who the good teams are and why they're good and all that type of stuff. But I'm not trying to discredit LeBron at all. But I gotta call it like I see it, man. Come on, if LeBron was in the Western Conference, ain't no way he's going to 9 straight finals. No way.
Not 9, but he's gonna go to 5 or 6.
Maybe. Depending on it.
Depending on the team. But depending on the team, if he has a good enough team,
yeah. And the weird thing about LeBron, he's never really played with. I guess Spoelstra would be his best coach.
Yeah, Spoelstra's a damn good coach though. I would take nothing away from Spoelstra. But yeah, he done had some. But remember, who was the guy before he had Spoelstra? The guy, he had Mike Brown, but he had the other guy. What's my guy's name? The dude they hired from like European League. Dang, what's my guy's name? It was David Blatt. So was that a guy's name? David Blatt? Come on, dog. It's like, come on, bro. these weak ass coaches he got outside of Spo's legit. Spo learned up under Pat Riley, so Spo's the man. But other than Spo, bro, he done had some bums. And obviously Mike Brown done kind of proved himself with the Knicks this year. But Mike Brown, he been fired by everybody. He got fired by Cleveland. He got fired by the Lakers. He got fired by the Kings just last year. You know, he got fired, I think, from another team before that too. So he had to kind of grow into his role, and he caught on with the Knicks. That was a kind of lightning in the bottle. It was a perfect team for him in terms of their mentality and roster makeup, and you know they end up winning the chip for it.
Yeah, man. But just to move it on, man. Let's get into some NFL news. Chris Johnson earlier this week announced that he had ALS, and you know it's crazy. I heard something. Someone sent me a text. I'm like, oh, okay, but I didn't know the severity, and I didn't really know the severity of what that announcement meant. And this is prior to me watching the video. I just got a text like, oh man, Chris Johnson now he got LS, hella sad. I'm like, yeah, did he die? He didn't die, right? Like he didn't. Yeah. Like this is before I seen the video. I know he went on a Good Morning America to speak to Michael Strahan, and I seen it and I was like, wow, that's insane. Because like it felt like I seen him recently, like on a podcast, like talking and breaking down players. It just to see him like kind of just be kind of a shell of himself, to be honest with you, like to understand what ALS actually does. Like I think it's a crazy neurological disease, man. It's a crazy disease, and man, prayers to his family. And it's super sad. I know when I first seen it, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, he doesn't even look like himself. Like you could tell, like looks like a completely different person, all within a year. Yeah.
I mean, I think he was volunteering at like I think he spoke to the rookies last year at the rookie symposium. I remember when I was covering the draft prior to the 2025 draft, he was like on there with Chris Sims. I think him and Chris Sims had like a weekly thing where he would go on there and he would talk about like, you know, the different, like with different running backs and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously, you know, that was the year we drafted Genty. So you know, I tuned in and hear what he had to say about the running back position for that year's draft. So like it was crazy because right that time, man, he looked good, looked happy, looked healthy, sounded strong, and then just to see where he's at now, just like a year later, is crazy how much he deteriorated in just a year, man. So ALS is crazy, and like you know. Like outside of the ice bucket challenge, you know, the one year where everybody's doing it, like y'all didn't really hear a lot about ALS. You know, I hadn't heard about it really since then, and then all of a sudden it pops up back with Chris Johnson, man. So
it's also known as the Lou Gehrig's
disease. Yeah.
So which you know obviously is before our time, so we didn't really know that how the seriousness of what it really was. But to see like Chris Johnson, like one of the most explosive running backs that we've seen in recent memory, man, like legit like 4.2 speed. That's what it looks like when you see when you put a guy that has 4.2 speed, and not just fast, you know, it's not just about being fast, but actually be a great football player, and then you give him a 4.2 speed at the running back position. Man, that get CJ2K. That's his nickname for a reason, man. 2,000 yards. I think. What do you have? Back-to-back 2,000 yard seasons.
I don't remember if he had back-to-back 2,000 yards. I
Right,
know that year he's the only player ever to have 2,500 scrimmage yards in a season. So he had
insane.
Only player ever in history.
Man, it felt like he was the fastest player in the NFL.
Oh, he was at the time.
Bro, like he was just every time he had the ball in his hands, like he was taking it to the house. And it's crazy. Around this time, you know, there are some great running backs too, to be honest with you. If you think about like the Adrian Petersons of the world, Marshawn.
Yeah, Marshawn.
A few other guys too as well. But like, yeah, man, hey. It's crazy to see, but during the conversation, you know, they asked his, you know, his. I don't know if they asked. I think they asked his wife, like, you know, what did you think initially, and she was thinking that it possibly was like, you know, due to his career, you know, maybe some, you know, things that might be popping up after, you know, had a long, you know, NFL career. That's what she thought, you know. But then they obviously found out that it was ALS. But some people were criticizing, you know, Michael Strahan and the interviewer, and just the interview, how at that point, why didn't you ask if like it had anything to do with him playing in the NFL and why he had ALS? Yeah. Which there are some studies that say that, you know, NFL players are 4 times likely.
Yeah, 2 to 4 times more likely
to get ALS. So I'm just like, oh, that's insane. And there's 2 types of ALS. Take this for whatever it's worth. I guess it's like hereditary, and also it could just happen randomly, no explanation, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, you think that's a valid, like, you know, criticism as far as like that should have been asked, like to like, do you think they should look into that? I mean, it's a crazy situation, especially to a all-time great like him at the running back.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they already have studies, because I mean that's how we have those statistics. So I mean, obviously somebody's looking at it in some capacity. But I mean, Chris Johnson's not a doctor, so like you gonna ask him like, well, so do you think it's because football? Like, but it was like, I don't know, like, bro, you know, like, you know, and even if it was like, if he felt that, leave it up to him. If he wants to talk about it being because of football, leave that space for him to say it. Don't inquire about it, because you don't want to, at this point in his life, you don't want him to be looking back like, oh, I regret my NFL career, I regret what he did because now I'm here. Like, that's not, he's in the final stages of being on this earth. Like, you don't want him to be living in regret or think about like, well, dude, you think you shouldn't have played football now? Like, bro, that was what made him the happiest. Like, that you want to try to steal that joy from him by asking him that kind of question. Now, if he makes it a mission to say, you know what, playing football, playing NFL did this to me, I don't want it to happen to other people, so I'm gonna speak out about it. Okay, cool, let him do that, but don't try to pull it out of him like that. That's not our place. That's not my place. Not Michael Strahan's place. Not anybody on that panel's place.
Yeah, no, facts. My guy, I mean, you appreciate the super chase. Sorry, guys, didn't mean to make it a basketball show. No, it's all good, man. It's off-season show, man. It's all good, man. Appreciate you supporting as always. Just adding to the conversation. But yeah, man, that was probably the biggest news in the NFL this week is hearing about Chris Johnson. You know, CJ2K just obviously announcing that he having ALS. But man, the NFL, man, they. Does that make you think a little bit about like? Would you think that would make you think about like if you found out like if there were some serious studies obviously that would like link ALS to playing in the NFL like that? Because there hasn't been any official. There's been like small studies here and there.
Yeah. But
damn, like that's just another hit to the NFL. Like, you know, another reason why, like, you know, as a parent, you know, you could easily be like, hey, like, maybe you should play this sport instead. You know what I mean? Like, baseball sounds like a nice
play soccer, right? You play soccer, play baseball.
Play soccer, you know what I mean? Because ain't no way that you're going to do something where, you know, like, it's going to give someone a high chance of getting something that you don't want from. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. You know, there obviously NFL has been been very like cautious about CTE. That's kind of been a big issue over the years. I mean, the first time I even heard about CTE, I think when you say it was a junior Seau, I think that's when everything.
I think it was, yeah, that was first.
After Seau, that's when we start hearing about like, man, like NFL players after their career, you know, they tend to get this and that and and I heard Warren Sapp talk about it too. Warren Sapp was like, man, it's like super bad, like to the point where he was like saying like he had to question, you know, if he should be on this earth. And I was like, damn,
yeah,
like that's the type of pain that they're going through. But yeah, but yeah, man, shout out to, you know, his family, and hopefully everything, you know, well, I mean, we don't even know, man, it's a tough, because I know that the doctors initially they said that, you know, get your affairs in order, like,
yeah, basically, yeah.
But he reached out to, I guess, another specialist, and she's been doing things that I guess been helping him out and hopefully prolonging his life. I mean, there's been people who've had, you know, LS, and they've lived longer, but you know, that's how crazy a disease it is that like, man,
eventually,
yeah, it is what it is, man. But hey, man, but if you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We see everybody in the chat. Night crew in the building, man. Don't forget to clock in. Just another DJ says that was tough to hear, but to see,
yeah, man,
to see him really hit me, yeah. When I heard it, I was like, damn, like, yeah, that. I didn't really know too much. I was just like, oh, okay. And then when I seen the interview,
that's what did it for me, man.
Yeah, when I seen that, I was just like, damn. And his mentality though, like his mentality, like, hey, I'm choosing to fight. Like, respect to him, man. His mentality, like, it's crazy. I mean, obviously, you know, he has a family. I forgot how many kids he has, but he has a few kids. Obviously his wife, like, that's, man, it must be a tough situation for them as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Finn says, you think NFL analyst Strahan could ask that question? I understand why he didn't.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of people criticize him for it too, because of he's in the pocket of the NFL, so he's not going to ask that question. But I mean, I just don't think it's his place to really ask that, man.
That's a good point. And that's the point that you were making, and I understand that, because it's like, you don't, that whole it wasn't an interview, it was an announcement.
Exactly.
And Chris Johnson obviously reached out, and he okayed everything because he wanted the world to know, and he wanted to see everybody to understand what's going on with him and everything. So it wasn't like an interview where, hey, this person is going to ask him like a whole bunch of, like, you know, very tough questions and you got to answer it. It's just more like, hey, we want people to understand like what you're going through. So I get that point, but man, like, not gonna lie, like, it makes you wonder though, makes you think about it. Like, it's almost like Muhammad Ali, for example, right?
Yeah.
And he had, you know, Parkinson's, but, you know, Muhammad Ali, if you understand anything about his boxing career, took a lot of shots.
Yeah. And
it's tough to like overlook or not think about, like, man, how much of that affected him probably getting
facts.
Parkinson's. I don't know if that's been proven. I don't think, but everybody kind of like,
it kind of links the two. Yeah, I don't know if it's been proven or not, but you can see it in boxers. I mean, if you listen to Shane Mosley talk, listen to my other guy. What's my other dude that does the Philly Shell? James Toney. Listen to James Toney talk. It's like, you could tell, like, boxing, like, you know, it took a toll on their brain and their mental functions, man. So it's crazy.
Yeah, 100%, man. But if you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We appreciate everybody coming through. We're going live on both our channels. It's your first time joining us, definitely subscribe, clock in, as we like to say, man. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live. But yeah, just to move it on, we think you sent this to me, man. The Bears going to Indiana. You know, someone asked me about this. was actually
Yeah.
a Bears fan, and I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. Come on, I don't
Yeah.
But you know, Barry's only NFL team, the 49ers, they don't play in San Francisco, even though they're called the San Francisco 49ers. They actually play about an hour away from San Francisco, like 50 minutes away, near San Jose. Like, you know, that's crazy. It's in Santa Clara, I guess, Santa Clara Stadium. But yeah, what's going on with the Bears?
So like most sports teams, they can't get a stadium approved in the city of Chicago. You know, so they have to start looking for other sites, and you know they made like a last ditch effort to get it done in Chicago, and they couldn't get it done, man. So I think it was like there were two places they were considering. The one place was Gary, Indiana, and then there was another site. I forgot where they actually are going to end up at. I forget the name of the city, but I did talk to somebody else that I know that's a Bears fans too, and they were disappointed. But I asked them, I was like, so like, you know, I was like, everything like over there, you know, this ain't Cali, this ain't Texas, this ain't Florida, like all that stuff is close. I'm like, so how far is the new site from Chicago? And they were like, it's like 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, well, you know, it's like, all right.
Man,
I think the city is Hammond. I think the city is Hammond. I think the name of the city. So it's like 30 minutes. It's basically still like it ain't far.
Right. It's just like not being in Chicago is kind of.
Yeah, like, I was like, you don't want to move to Gary. You don't want to. Gary, Indiana, it shouldn't change since the Jackson 5. It ain't the same Gary, Indiana no more. Crack hit Gary, Indiana hard.
Right. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Gary's where Freddie Gibbs is from Gary.
Freddie Gibbs from Gary?
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs from Gary.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Damn, Gary Indiana got some.
Yeah, they got Freddie Gibbs, got Michael Jackson 5. You know?
Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. These stuff, like, that's all you need. You need one.
Michael Jackson, the icon, you got an icon.
Yeah,
as well as other people as well. So that's crazy. Yeah, I wish the Raiders could have figured something like that like out here, but but they're like, you know what? Let's just go to Nevada. Let's just go to Nevada real quick.
Yeah.
But you know what? Looking at that stadium, no, that stadium is. I don't know if they would have got that stadium out here.
Oh, hell no. They weren't even trying to rebuild it. Mark was just trying to like refurbish it, bro. They was like, and they still said no. So, but you know what's missing from the Raider like Allegiant, that what you would have got from, let's say, a refurbished stadium in Oakland, you still would have had like the fan base.
That home field advantage would have been crazy. Still. Yeah. But
we still been ass though, so it wouldn't have mattered.
I know.
It wouldn't have mattered. But people, the Raiders weren't selling out in Oakland either, and people that live in Oakland know better than anybody because your games was blacked out for y'all.
Yeah. I mean, you know, this is like that because the stadium was just the way it was built. It was just like there's a lot of different reasons why the Raiders kind of struggled with like selling tickets and things like that. It's just a total mismanagement in my opinion, but it is what it is. That's a whole different conversation, but we appreciate everybody coming through. We're not done yet, man. It's that time.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Flag on the play, and we got a few flags this week. Man. We got our pick of the litter. To be honest with you, man. What we got first up, Severe?
Speaking of litter, let's talk about a cat. The cat that played for the Lions. A guy by the name of Terran Arnold. According to AP, was a coin flip away from being a Raider. You know, if you believe the stories.
Damn. Man, that's when I seen this, I was like, yeah, we gonna talk about this for sure.
Terran Arnold done found himself in a world of trouble. So, I think he was initially being held without bond, on like kidnapping charges and like it's crazy charges. I think the judge changed it recently. So they gave him $1 million bond. I think he bonded out already, but like obviously they put like strict restrictions on him in terms of traveling and movement and all that stuff. So I don't know if he has an ankle monitor, but I'm like 90% sure they got him with an ankle monitor. So obviously he can't do a lot of moving around, but man, it's a crazy story, man. It's a crazy story. I think initially 2 of his like friends were arrested, and then obviously it was an episode of First 48 because all it took was a Popeyes combo, and they dimed Terry Arnold out quick. They couldn't wait to drop the dime on him. So and now he's, I think from what I was reading, the charges he's facing like potentially life in prison from some of the charges.
You think they're lying?
I don't think they're lying per se. I don't think they're lying per se.
This is so stupid. This is just
I don't think they're lying per se, but obviously, like the prosecutors want big fish. So if they can trade on a celebrity's friends to get a celebrity, and the prosecution will have under my belt, oh, I convicted this NFL star player.
Right.
That looks hella good. So then that's how you run for district attorney. You feel me? Like I'm the guy that put Terry Arnold behind bars, the kidnapper behind. You feel me? So that's how you further your political career. So
yeah,
it's all politics and people, the personal gain and prosperity. People trying to advance their careers. That's what it's all about.
So allegedly, he's being accused of, robbery, like robbing. I think it's like robbery and was it kidnapping?
Kidnapping, yeah.
Oh, kidnapping. Oh, what?
Yeah. Kidnapping, yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
It's like I always say that it's easier to like, judge from the outside looking in. Like, yeah, it's true. But damn, this?
Yeah.
Bro, you're good. Like, you're a cornerback in the NFL, and you're a first round pick.
Yeah.
If you play well or good, you're gonna get paid millions and millions of dollars playing a child's game, and I'm sure he enjoys playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
And now, like, possibly, it gets thrown down the drain, like just like that, just because of like. What was he trying to prove? What are you trying to?
And he had like a podcast. I forgot who was his podcast with. He had a podcast with another.
With the.
What was
Denver?
PS2?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a podcast. The podcast was starting to pick up a little bit. I see him. He had a few cool little episodes. I just seen him do a podcast talking about like how financially responsible he was being, and he had some advisors. He was taking care of his money. And then from the story, I don't know the exact story, but I think there was like some jewelry or some money stolen from him. And so he had his boys like apparently like catch the person, and they brought him somewhere, tied him up, and beat him up. And apparently that wasn't even the person who stole the money, so it was the wrong person. It's just a calamity of errors, man. It's just the dumbest move ever.
Alfredo said, I think Tyrion got confused what a lockdown corner is. Oh, damn. That's hilarious, man.
Facts.
Odyssey says, kidnapping has a broad definition. If you move someone to another room against their will, that's kidnapping. But yeah, he did that shit.
Yeah, I mean, because technically that's what they got. That's what they got OJ on. When they put him in jail, they got him on kidnapping. Because he held some people against their will. That's nothing. If you hold people against their will, and I think he did I think he did. Obviously, I think OJ had a gun as well, so they got him on that. So it got that any felony you commit with a gun, you get that extra enhancement on there. And then we already know a certain population was already out to get OJ too. So it was like so they was gonna make sure it stuck.
Yeah.
So
And the reason why he did it, because obviously we're talking about like like basically what happened after the fact. But the reason why he did it, I guess, because they stole some stuff from him or something like that.
Yeah.
So this was his get back. Was like, we're gonna go back there, we're gonna try to scare you and like, I guess, get whatever they need to get, whatever. Man, this is
look.
Oh man.
But look, that's the same situation with Tarian and OJ. Both the same thing. Both somebody stole their stuff. And Tarian, he didn't even get the right person. OJ at least had the right people. But Tarian didn't have the right person that stole his stuff. And they both, went over there basically to intimidate the people. Tarian, I don't think they did it with a gun. But obviously OJ had a firearm, so it's a lot of this stuff is aligning with their cases, man. So
it was like $200K that was robbed from his crib. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Man, why you got $200K in the
Airbnb? Here we go. Yeah.
That is a lot.
Why you had that much money, bro? That's stupid. Why you had that much money? Was it $200K or is it like jewelry and stuff? I can see if it's jewelry, but if you got $200K in cash, bro, you're an idiot. Bro, throw that in a mutual fund and make money on that money, bro. You just send cash. You send cash. You idiot.
Like, come on, bro. Oh man, but yeah. Hopefully he gets out this situation, man. Because like you said, like they could be using him as a way to like further their careers. So maybe and I think they were trying to have him like at no bail, like they didn't want him to get out with no bail.
Yeah, initially it was no bail.
And then the judge like basically was like, nah, we'll put it at $1 million. And I forgot it was something else as well. But yeah, look, man, flag on a play, but I'm just hoping like he kind of gets out the situation because it's kind of sad, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, this is. Yeah. We could talk about how dumb it is, you know what I mean? But like, damn. Like if he goes to jail, like he could go up to life. Up to life,
yeah. Which is crazy. And
this happened in Florida?
Yeah. I think so, yeah. So yeah, but look, that's another look.
Damn.
Like all I gotta say is Florida, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's all I got to say. Anybody that live in Florida, know Florida. Yeah, bro, it's not a good look for you, bro. Not a good look for you.
It was like jewelry and other stuff. Okay, so it's basically his property that was worth up to $200,000. Damn.
Okay, cool. This is like cash.
I understand why he would be mad for sure.
But why would you have, bro? But Dutch, I'm gonna have a safe, bro.
Why are you like? He forgot who he was at that moment. Like, not even at that moment. This is planned. Like he actually like he thought about this. He talked about it. He went to sleep, woke up. He went about his day, and then he was like, "Oh, I think it's January, whenever the date was." He's like,
"Exactly,
my flight is about to leave. Go back," because he planned. That's how dumb it is. Like if this is all true, this gotta be. It has to go down as one of the dumbest mistakes that like a player, like a NFL player could ever do. Like as far as like throw their career, you know what I mean? Like we could talk about like the tragic events that other players, like just messed up situation that happened. But this one was like, if this is true, you literally had so much time to be like, yeah, I'm not doing this. This is stupid. And then the thing about it though, like, damn, his friends he has terrible friends. Like no one told him like this was a bad idea. Like not one person was like, hey bro.
They the ones that carried it out, I believe.
Oh, so he wasn't there. He was.
I think he was there at some point. That's what I think they're alleging. He was there at some point, but I think they're the ones that like carried it out. And so they got them, and then they rolled on Tarian.
Oh my, damn. Man, this is an ugly situation, man. Flag on the play either way, but hopefully it works out where he's not able to, lose his not just lose his NFL career, his life, pretty much. But then we're not done yet, man. We got more flags on the play this week, man. What we got next up?
Next up, man. Back in the news, man. Back in the news. Our favorite former reporter. Um, up to some shenanigans again, man. She was texting and driving, and got pulled over, and to get out of the ticket, she just started spilling the beans. I mean, spilling the beans, possibly trying to do more than that. She was trying to drop down and get her Vrabel on. Drop down and get man.
So here's a little bit of the clip.
I have a more updated license, but just take that so you know I'm not.
So she's getting stopped by the police here, and she's getting ready to say whatever to get out of this ticket.
And I've never gotten it.
Okay. So, obviously you're on your phone for a while, right? I was on, when you went under the underpass, right? On Garber Square, I was by Library Place. So you're on your phone there. I got behind you, right, by Whole Foods. You continue to be on your phone, right? I understand you have a job.
Of all times, it's like they don't expect you to go back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm shocked. They fired me. I cannot believe it. You know who was on the toilet?
Who?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Are you a fan of Giants or Jets?
I'm not a fan of either. So.
What is your team?
I'm a Vikings fan, unfortunately. Let's see it.
Like, can you see the name?
Oh my God. KOC?
See what I said? Look what I said to him though, just now. Go to the bottom.
Oh my God. Wow. Pretty cool.
Dude, I love the Vikings.
Yeah. He seems like a good
Your
dude.
quarterback sucks though.
Yeah. So he's got to get it. He's got to fix it. He's got to turn it around or someone else is going to get him. Do you have your registration as well?
So she goes on and on, man. Like, man, and it just sounds like this is not her first rodeo too. Like she was super comfortable. Like, who's? It's like, oh, I got
Who's
the
your
Jets.
NFL team?
Who's your NFL team? Oh, Minnesota. Oh, look at this phone. It was Kevin O'Connell, I guess, a text thread with Kevin O'Connell, and then she ends up calling. Basically, we all know who she's talking about when she says quarterback sucks, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He does though. She wasn't lying about that.
Yeah,
She was not lying about that.
But you know what's crazy though? Like this is not surprising. Like we kind of we knew this happened, but it was just this never really came out. Like we never seen it online.
Yeah.
Like maybe here and there we heard some like maybe over the years maybe something came out, some scandal or something happened, but like I'm not like surprised that like something like this happens, but it's just now that like it's all out in the open, and it just it's putting a magnifying glass on everything that's going on, and I think like that's what's kind of like crazy about like the whole situation, because really not a lot of people, especially the top guy, they don't want to talk about it because they know they probably do some crazy stuff. Like think about like, all right, if this is what because damn, I was about to call her Dirty Diana.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know, but Alex was wild for that one.
Man, I gotta play that
Wild
Mike
for
Jack
that one.
song.
That's
Every time we talk about it, we gotta play that Mike Jack sound. But
yeah, for sure, exactly.
But like,
Dum, 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 dum.
I might play that in a second, but nah, like she's an NFL insider, right? So think about like, all right, this is what she do.
In more ways than
what is Adam Schefter doing? What are these all these NFL? What are they doing all these crazy favors for? I don't even think about it.
I don't think about it. Adam Schefter. Oh my God.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. He's an NFL insider in more ways than one. But what made it so bad with her is that it is not all her fault. It's not her fault. But it's this fool Vrabel. Bro, you left the draft to talk about you gotta be with your family, bro, and you was kicking it with Diana. You're kicking it with Dirty Diana.
Yeah,
bro. Like, you feel me? The day 3, the draft, bro. Day 3 of the draft.
Yeah.
You kicking with Dirty Diana. It's like that's
Dirty
that's
Diana, man. That's
Dirty
gonna be a
Diana,
nickname
man.
from now on. So, hey, Alex, shout out to you, man. Dirty Diana is gonna be your nickname.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not money check. She got out of the ticket.
Yeah, she ended up getting out of the ticket. She did get out of the ticket.
But it's a flag, but it's only a flag because of how thirsty she was with it. Because she was like exposing other people's like text messages and stuff like that. So that's why it was a flag. But this ain't the first famous person and then use a celebrity to get out of the ticket and stuff like that.
For sure.
That happens or rich people like, I know your congressman, I know the senator. It happens all the time. It don't happen for us because we don't got that kind of connections. But if I had them connections, bro, I'd never get a ticket again.
Right.
Never get a ticket again.
Right. No, for sure, man. But yeah, like it's like I'm not surprised by like this whole. Like, were you surprised that like like this coming out about her? Like, obviously it's like, oh damn, this is out. Like this is like, damn, they got her on blast. But are you surprised that this happens behind the scenes? Is that people do this in order to get ahead or get the scoop or get whatever? You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really surprised to find that out, but it is crazy to see it like out in the open, just because you rarely see it, especially with her and the Vrabel situation was kind of like, damn, like y'all both married and y'all was just in the public doing whatever, and then you start thinking about some of the reports. She made like, she was talking about like Max Crosby would love to play for the Patriots. It's like, did Vrabel tell you to do that last night?
Max Crosby would love to play with the Patriots.
Nah, for real, man. But yeah, man, flag on the play on Dirty Diana, man. Like, man, it's not getting any better for her. But you know what? Did that athletic investigation come out? I don't know if that came out.
No, but I think the NFL is suppressing that thing. To be honest with you, I don't think it came out there, but NFL is going to suppress it for sure.
Yeah, because it's going to bring too much, and it led by Kraft for sure.
Oh, for sure. Kraft got all kind of skeletons in his closet, bro. We already know, bro. He got all kind of skeletons in his closet, bro. All kinds.
Your guest spot channel might blow up. Just saying.
No, we're talking about like allow guests on too. We got people from the chat. People from the chat.
So Fins. So we've done it in the past. We gotta bring it back. I know it's the off season, so it's a little we got an off season schedule, but around the Shield on that show is when we kind of have people call in and come on and talk and stuff like that. So just stay tuned. If you want to give us a call, just
he said to Rossini.
Oh, to Rossini. Hey man,
she ain't gonna be dating Vrabel. She ain't be talking to Vrabel no more. She be dating Brian Flores and you know what they say.
Oh man.
Because it's the fastest who gets paid, and it's the fastest who gets laid.
Hey, man. Hey, we appreciate when they come through. Make sure to clock and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That's good, bro. I read it wrong the first time. Appreciate you, my guy. But we got more. We got another flag on the play, man. Like I said, we had pick of the litter. Like, it was so many different ways.
Man.
Going Malik Beasley.
Oh yeah, we can go Malik Beasley. Oh my God, disgusting. Disgusting. That's what we could have had footage of. Actually, now I think about it, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
So it's egregious.
So he was actually arrested. Was he arrested by the FBI, like Billups, or they didn't give out that information?
Probably, but it's most likely federal. Yeah, it's probably federal. I don't know if it's by the FBI for sure, but it's likely.
So Malik Beasley, NBA player. I think he plays for the Timberwolves, or he did.
Who was last team? It might have been the Timberwolves. Well, no, because he went to the Lakers. I forgot where he went to the Lakers. He was with the Lakers. Did he go back to the Timberwolves? I thought we traded for him from the Timberwolves. But yeah, maybe. I don't recall.
So let me. I'll look this up right here. But he was arrested for a gambling conspiracy, like something to that effect.
Yeah.
And when you see that, you're like, oh, that's crazy. And then out the woodworks, man, social media is undefeated. They got videos and clips of Malik Beasley. Like, clearly, it just looks like he's not, like, his motivation on certain things is, like, someone says, like, he was like the over on him on this game was 3.5. Like, the spread on him was 3.5 rebounds. So he was like chasing after rebounds, like during the end of the game, like it just didn't look right. Then you just see him like with like a few seconds left at the other end of the basketball court. Like, I'm talking about, he's full speed, no one's guarding him. He's trying to beat the buzzer to get the points.
Yeah.
It just, it's like it's hard to say that because, like, sometimes players' motivations could be like, hey, like, they get certain statistics, they get paid more.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, like, this is true. Like, players in all sports, if they hit certain things statistically in their contract, they'll get paid more. Yeah. So for a guy like Malik Beasley, he's not like he's not a
max level player. So
yeah, stuff like that counts for him. So, but man, it doesn't look good though. I'm not gonna lie. Even they're showing plays where he was like not guarding, and the way he wasn't guarding, it wasn't like it wasn't just bad defense. It was like, I'm not gonna like do anything to stop you from scoring just because, like, I don't know, maybe hit the spread, but flag on a play on him, man. If this is true, like, it kind of ruins the integrity of the game. I mean, gambling, I think this has been like professional sports like worst fear.
Yeah.
Like we've always heard about it. We've seen it in movies. Remember what was that movie back in the day with Damon Wayans? Last Boy Scout?
Oh, The Last Boy Scout, yeah, with him and Bruce Willis.
That was very extreme start to the movie.
Yeah. That's a good ass movie.
Yeah, that's just cool, right? But the start of the movie, remember, it was the running back, and he had a lot of pressure because he probably owed some money.
He shot somebody.
That's how, like, it's crazy.
How you get a gun? Where does this gun come from?
Why would you shoot someone like right there? Like, it's what you thought was you're gonna get out of it? Like, you thought
exactly.
And he shoots himself right after. I was like, damn, that's like, you cold-blooded for just killing just a random player.
Exactly, it's a random dude. What do you do? He probably do the owe the money. Like, coming after my family. Yeah, man. The Malik Beasley situation is tough, especially, man, because he messed up. I think he had like a big extension on the table, and then he got hit with that, those charges, and obviously now he's about to get arrested, have to go through this trial, man. So it's rough, man. It's gonna be rough for him. But what's crazy is that, remember, and this is how you know. This is how you know, like, how powerful the NFL is. Remember, we had a game where we kicked a meaningless field goal, to basically cover the spread. It was like, bro, why are you kicking the field goal with like 3 seconds left?
Oh, Pete Carroll.
Yeah, right. And like everybody, 'cause I remember Dave Portnoy was hot because a lot of people.
Was this the game that is this the game that we won?
No, we lost.
Oh,
we lost. We was down by like 8 or something like that. I forgot how much we were down by, but a field goal did nothing for us. It was like 3 seconds. Like, what are you kicking the field goal for? Like the field goal did nothing but help us cover. So everybody, I mean, a bunch of people, especially bettors, were hot. They were like, at that point, that's when a lot of people turned on Pete Carroll. Like, you son of a, like, you screwed me out on his bet, because we were bad. So a lot of people picked us not to cover.
Yeah.
So like we it cost a lot of people money, but guess what? Not a peep from the NFL or from the feds about that. It's like, Why you ain't looking at that?
Yeah. Nah, facts. Yeah, remember, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Alex says that Malik Beasley is in big trouble now, but the feds follow the money. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. I don't know how real this is, but I think Beasley showed up to like a stream with Antonio Brown.
That's
and he was
not a good look. Not a good look.
And he was laughing. He was just like, bro, like, what are you doing? And I gotta like check and see if that's really him, because it was kind of like there was a filter on there, but
yeah,
I don't know. It just seemed kind of crazy that like, damn.
Antonio Brown indicted on murder charges. Like, this is not the stream you want to show up to.
Right.
But you know, what I will be doing is I will be calling in the FBI tip on Pete Carroll. I'm snitching on him like Terry Arnold's friend snitched on him. I will be calling the FBI like, look, y'all might have watched this Broncos game, y'all. I don't know. Y'all might want to investigate Pete Carroll. I'm just saying. You might want to investigate.
Damn, that was such a bad, like, man.
Imagine if you had picked the Raiders not to cover.
Do you think Pete Carroll goes to Hall of Fame?
How you going to Hall of Fame? Yeah. What's crazy is that he conceivably could go to college Hall of Fame too, but I think they have a rule you have to be there a certain amount of time if you're a coach, if I recall correctly. So I don't think he met the threshold. So it's something weird like that.
With USC.
Yeah, something weird like that. I want to say, like, where he didn't meet the threshold. I want to say, because I think he mentioned something about that, but he's definitely going for the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, he was winning in Seattle for a long time. And then, like, obviously he had like the Legion of Boom.
Yeah,
those teams were great. That was like a good like 2 to 4 year run. Like where they're like teams in the NFL.
Yeah, they went to back-to-back Super. They went to back-to-back Super Bowls. Should have won back-to-back Super Bowls.
They should have won back-to-back Super Bowls. That would have been like a stamp. Like, yep, Hall of Fame. Now it's like, it's like, yeah. I mean, all right. You know what? I don't even know why I'm talking about Hall of Fame. They didn't even let Belichick go in the first time around.
Yeah.
Their whole see, that's what happens when you do stuff like that. When you don't let Bill Belichick, and I'm not even a Patriot fan, but like, come on, hey, what's right is right. Like, at the end of the day, like, the man won 6 Super Bowls.
Exactly.
And you don't let him in. So that means
as a head coach and one as a defensive coordinator.
And everybody knew that it was like a message to Bill Belichick. Oh, because he. Because of all the like the scandals and stuff like that. I'm like, what? Like, you're supposed to handle it back at that time. Like, why are you? This is a career achievement. Like, why are you? Who are you to be the like?
What's crazy? But Tom Brady got in already, right?
Tom Brady? No, I don't think so.
He's not in yet.
Did Tom Brady go in?
Tom Brady going already? Because I think he retired a year before.
But you don't you gotta be out of the NFL for like, let me see,
a certain amount of years.
No, I don't think Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady, Hall of Famer. Let's see. No, he was inducted into the New England Patriots Hall of Fame.
Okay.
No.
Look, if they let Tom Brady go in on first ballot, that's some BS. Because if you want to say Belichick benefited from cheating, who was the player that benefited from it? Tom Brady.
Right.
Especially the first Super Bowl was defense. You could argue maybe that second one.
So
and then look, Bill Belichick was Spygate. The Deflategate was exclusively Tom Brady and the equipment people. That was him. That was without Bill Belichick in the list. So not only does he have Spygate that he benefited from, but he has the Deflategate he benefited from. Because that was him doing it and destroying all the cell phones after the fact during the investigation. So it's like, bro, if he get in first ballot Hall of Fame, that's nonsense.
Well, all right, let me ask you this. If they consistently don't let like the Patriots from that era not get in the first time around, would you respect?
I'm good. If you don't let all of them get in, because I think they didn't let Robert Kraft in there either, but Robert Kraft got other stuff on his jacket too. Robert Kraft got some other stuff in his jacket too, bro. So yeah, I'm good with him not going in first ballot. But if you let Tom Brady in and you don't let Bill Belichick in, like that's BS.
Brady becomes eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2028.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna be watching like a hawk.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna be spamming Bill Belichick.
Nah, for real, man. But hey, if you haven't already, make sure Clyde can hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Raider P says Spygate twice, Deflategate, scandal after scandal. It's why it's called Bill Belichick.
Yeah, but Deflategate wasn't him. That was Tom Brady and his equipment manager. Did Bill Belichick benefit from it? Yeah, but Tom Brady benefited from Spygate.
Yeah, but they won way too much. Like, I guess I'm looking at it I'm looking at the totality of it, and then they're looking at it like, all right, well, we understand. We're not going to base it off your career achievement and your statistic. This is based off like, hey, you know what? What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. We know that you did this, and we don't want to award you. But that's like, oh man, I thought that was kind of crazy and out of pocket. And I know we're bringing up this conversation that we were talking about it a lot when the news first dropped, but
yeah,
it just made me think about it like, damn, like we're asking like, oh, is Pete Carroll gonna go in? But they didn't let a guy that won Super Bowls in the first time around. I'm sure he's gonna get in the next time, but still like, hey,
look, Pete Carroll ain't getting in first time if I have anything to do with it. Like I said, dropping the FBI tip, like
Flores, you know, he won 2 Super Bowls. Didn't get in. You know what I mean? He didn't get in for years until like a couple years back.
Yeah. Plunkett not in there. Flores good. Flores made it.
Plunkett not in. Do you think Plunkett should be in?
No, to be honest with you. No. I mean, as a Raider, I'm not supposed to say that, but you know, Flores should be. Plunkett. Because
2 Super Bowls, but it's kind of hard because I already know you're gonna go to statistics, and like,
it's not even statistics. It's just like he was kind of a bust for a minute. He was a bust for a long time, and then like, because he got drafted by New England. I forgot where he went after New England. He went to another team after New England.
Went to 49ers, I think.
Went to 49ers, and then he came to us, and he turned it around. But it's like 2 Super Bowls. If you would think that should get you in. But it's like, do you think Eli getting in?
Yeah.
See, you know, that's a question. And Eli beat Brady twice. Brady, first ballot, quote unquote, Brady. So it's like,
and Eli too is like, the reason why it makes me think, because Eli's been up and down. Like like what makes Eli Hall of Fame worthy is the playoff runs that he had. And how good he was in clutch moments.
Yeah.
But then he's had seasons where it's like, damn, he looks like trash.
Yeah.
Like
he started games as a rookie, and he played with one team his entire career. You know, like won 2 Super Bowls with him.
Who's a better quarterback, Eli or Phillip Rivers?
Oh, Phillip Rivers by a mile. It's not even close. Not even close, bro.
Who got a better arm, Phillip Rivers or Eli?
Phillip Rivers, but Eli, when Eli is on, Eli got like his touch and his accuracy is next level, but just overall arm talent is Phillip. But Phillip got that ugly ass release though. Phillip throw the football like he trying to sock somebody. Like it's ugly.
And he doesn't have the strongest arm too.
He doesn't have the strongest arm, but
he's accurate.
His arm was stronger than Eli's, I think. Eli didn't have a crazy strong arm either. He had a good arm.
Yeah. The only reason I brought it up because I was thinking about that because it was that draft trade.
Yeah, draft trade. Yeah.
It's Eli. I think Eli was supposed to go to the Chargers because he was drafted.
Yeah. You was about to say it, San Diego. He was right.
Yeah,
San Diego. they still San Diego, bro. We do not claim them down up here, bro.
Bro, the Raiders should be. Hey, if the place that I would accept the Raiders to go to would have been LA. I'm like, come on, bro, just go to LA.
Perfect.
It makes sense. It would have.
Jerry Jones did us out of that.
Why? What was the point?
Because he's friends with Kroenke. Because Kroenke had money. So Jerry Jones is friend with Kroenke. He wanted Kroenke to get his way because Kroenke has money.
He paid him off.
I mean, basically, I'm pretty sure it's probably some side deals too. I'm pretty sure the billionaires. That's how the billionaires roll. And Mark Davis, he kind of like the black sheep. He was the broke owner. He ain't the broke owner no more.
He ain't broke owner no more. And he's living his best life too.
Oh, for sure.
His life for sure, man. But is that it for flag on play, or do we have another one?
Honorable mentions. Just everything Brandon Ayuk does every day. It's just honorable mention. We can put him flag on the play every week. It'll be justified. He's just out here wilding.
We need to have a flag on the play award show.
Oh, bro.
He might be one of the candidates too.
Him and Rossini, he was taking the cake.
Him
and Rossini.
Who else? I mean, I think our past winner of flag on a play was it Devontae? I feel like Devontae had a nice stretch there. He had a nice little stretch. He was just doing things. We were like, what the hell? Like, man, I didn't know you came with this much baggage, like diva. But you know, yeah, that's the only people I can think of. I think Rossini right now. Rossini
is that's not man.
Brandon Ayuk. And who else? Who would be in the flag on the play award show? Like we had to put someone on the ballot, and we were like, hey, you know what? I'm trying to think, who else are we talking about?
It'd be Rossini, Ayuk. I'm thinking it's somebody else that been on there a few times. Who else been on there a few times?
We talked about someone a few times. But not Justin DJ says Brady to Hall of Fame the same year the Raiders make a playoff run. Damn. That sounds kind of sad though.
Yeah, man.
I'm still holding out hope, but cautiously optimistic. Like if they can find a way to, like 2027, I think if they, you know.
Oh yeah, AB, yeah, Justin DJ AB definitely. AB been in there. AB been up there a few times.
Multiple times, yeah.
Devontae been up there a few times. AB been up there a few times. Rossini, Ayuk.
Bro, I've never seen anything like AB. That offseason, I don't think anybody as a fan of sport, I've never seen someone do everything it took to basically be off the team. And that's what Ayuk is trying to do, but he's trying to do it with his words. But like Antonio Brown, he just did it with his action. Like he showed up with foot frozen. He showed up in a hot air balloon.
Air balloon.
Took some days off. Like
the helmet issue thing that was going on.
He recorded Gruden without him knowing it and made a video out of it.
Called Mayak a cracker. He's like,
oh man.
I got a GM, bro. And it was crazy that like you listen to Max talk about it, he's just like, yeah, bro, like it was crazy. Like it was so crazy because like the next day he was talking like it was nothing. It's like the day after. It was just wild, bro. Wild.
He clearly he wanted to leave the Raiders.
Yeah.
So he can go to the team that he wanted to go to, which was the Patriots. But it was crazy that his time there didn't last too long, too.
No, because he got into a Robert Kraft too. I think he was talking mad trash about Robert Kraft.
Damn. But yeah, man. Antonio Brown, man. Yeah, that's definitely a flag on a play candidate if we had like an award show. I feel like there's someone else that we're missing, but I guess we'll figure it out. But yeah, man, if you already make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're not done yet, man. Real quick, we're gonna get to notable quotables. What's our first notable quotable, Samir?
Speaking of, Antonio Brown, his former quarterback, who Antonio Brown later made some insinuations about the former Mrs. Brady. Tom Brady, he was on a podcast about soccer, and they just talked about a wide range of topics. But at one point, they asked him about what about the Raiders and like kind of what he wanted to see and what he thought about this previous year, rather.
Hold on 1 second.
I would expect a lot of improvement from where it's been. Last year, we were just underperformed in every area, and it's everybody's fault. That's the reality. There's nobody who did a good job. There's not one player in the organization. There's not anybody involved that did the job to the level that it needs to be done at. And everybody needs to improve. And it starts with me, and it filters down to the rest of the players in the field, and they got to go out there and ultimately they got to perform at a high level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the strongest statements that I've heard from Brady in terms of how he kind of like aligns himself with the team and like the success of the team. Because he like usually when people ask him like, hey, so like, how do you feel about the Raiders' moves? And like, since you're the owner of the team, and he always was non-committal, didn't really want to answer too many questions, but he really came out there and said like, hey, nothing worked out last year, and it starts with me.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I like that. Cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have a process of letting people do their jobs though. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
You let S. Guerrero do his job for sure. That's what S. Guerrero was the only person. But man, the first thing when I heard that quote, and he was just like, nobody did a good job, and nobody did what they're supposed to do. And like the first thing I immediately thought of is Tom Brady says Ashton Jeanty was trash. He admitted it. He said it right there. Ashton Jeanty was trash. Ashton Jeanty did not do his job. Now, but I was just like, I like to hear that. Like, he didn't put it on, hey, we like this person, or we like this person, or we like that person, we like that person. He's just like, nobody. Like, if the team doesn't win, you win as a team and you lose as a team. And I think that's kind of the mentality we have to get back to. And speaking of some stuff earlier, we were talking earlier, there are certain people that, like, what's ironic is that hearing Brady say that, nobody did a good job, and, basically he's holding everybody accountable. Yeah. And then we talked earlier about that cryptic tweet from Max Crosby. He was like, I'm tired of people pleasing or whatever he's saying. And it's time to start looking out. I think he said it's time to start looking out for me. Something to that effect. It's like, not the most team-centric message, at a time like this. So it's like, kind of makes you think like, all right, you're a guy that's, we've criticized him in the past. I know I've criticized him in the past for kind of playing hero ball, not staying in his gap, losing outside contain, allowing quarterbacks to roll out sometimes for big games or to make big throws, especially, Josh Allen's and the Patrick Mahomes and the Kyler Murrays. They done burnt us because of Max crashing down too hard, trying to make the splash play. So it's like, is that hero ball? Is that kind of starting to like seep out into other areas? And how, what's the potential like concern? And could that be part of the reason why, the Raiders felt so comfortable trying to move him before this new regime takes over?
Yeah, I didn't look at it from, you want to, have people be accountable of their play. But I was just looking at it like, man, the Raiders are so bad. And like, you got a great player like Max Crosby, he's just trying to make a play. Yeah. You know what I mean? if this was a well-oiled machine, you know what I mean? And there was players at least doing their job, and there was like we talked about, like, this is the most talent that we've seen on a Raiders defense in a long time, if not like 20 years. Like, if you want to take it back to the Super Bowl team, but I just looked at it as a player that's trying to make a play. That's it, as far as Max Crosby. But I do like what Tom Brady said, 100%. He didn't try to make it seem like, oh, it was one person's fault. It was everybody's fault, and he included himself. He started with himself, and like I said, that's the strongest that I've seen him kind of like, align himself with the team. Like, usually he just tries to play low key, but now he's like, hey, look, I'm in charge. You know what I mean? I'm in charge to make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. But hopefully, like I said, I want to point this out too. I hope it's a situation where, people just do their job. Like, let Spytek be the GM. Like, you're obviously not a general manager. You're not even here full time.
Exactly.
So that's a big part of it. But if it's a situation where he's letting people do their job, he obviously is going to be in the room when they have big time decisions, I don't have any problem with that, because you understand the game. Like, you understand the game, so your opinion actually would matter in those rooms. So it makes sense. But then like you're allowing guys that you trust their only reason why they're here. I mean, do you think Spytek gets hired to the Raiders if Tom Brady wasn't in the building? I don't think so. I'm not sure if
Probably not.
because hey, look, at the end of the day, like the GM position has never been prioritized. I won't say never, but Mark Davis doesn't really prioritize the general manager position like that.
Not since John Gruden. Not since the John Gruden hire. I think after he hired John Gruden, he kind of deprioritized it. I think it was a priority when he hired Reggie McKenzie.
Yeah, but even with Reggie McKenzie, that was like he had people advise him to pick who. That was like a recommendation from like what, John Madden and Ron Wolf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because John Madden and Ron Wolf knew him because Reggie McKenzie was like one of the top scouts with the Packers. So that's how Ron Wolf was familiar with Reggie McKenzie, and he was suggesting him to Mark. So I think at that point it was a priority. But after Mark gave a 10-year contract to Gruden, it hasn't been a priority since, because he essentially let Gruden push Reggie McKenzie out the door and let Gruden hire Mike Mayock, who was trash. And then obviously the whole Ziegler McDaniels thing, that was they hired Ziegler because they wanted McDaniels. Then they hired Pete Carroll and they hired John Spytek, but Spytek had nothing to do with the Pete Carroll hire. So it was kind of, like coming in but on equal footing, but really Pete Carroll had the most say in that building at the time. So, it wasn't really equal footing. So now that we're past all of that, I think now we're finally we're seeing more of a GM centric, front office.
And that's how I wanted to be, you know what I mean? But is it a guarantee that it's going to work out? No, but
no.
Like I said, like in order for the Raiders to have any type of success, they're going to have to do things the right way. They're going to have to stack small wins. And hopefully, man, Tom Brady seems like he's 100% on board by the statement. Like I said, it's the strongest that I've ever heard Tom Brady kind of talk about himself and the Raiders.
Yeah, facts. Like I say, you can't control results. You can't control processes. So this may not work, but as long as at least we're going about things the right way.
Facts, 100%. But we're not done yet. We got another notable quotable. Or is that our only notable?
No, we got one more. Superstar, Hall of Fame caliber, Calvin Johnson, like Randy Moss potential wide receiver, Dante Thornton. He was on a podcast. And they was talking about, he talked about his disappointing first season. He talked about some of the things that he's doing differently this offseason to kind of help improve. And it just has some interesting things to say.
Did you send that clip?
Yeah, it should be in the same message. Send them both at the same time. You might have to swipe over.
Oh, I got you.
Definitely like my receiver training. I probably got one of the best receiver trainers in the game.
Is this your first off season with him?
Yeah.
Or no? Oh, it is your first off season.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dog Drew, he's probably one of the best receiver trainers out there for sure. And he helped me out a lot. And more so, he helped me, of course, with on field stuff, but more so the off the field mental aspect of it, and really just channeling that dark place, like how you think about Kobe, Michael Jordan, and they had that killer instinct. And his biggest thing is when you're on the field, you should always be in that dark space, and knowing that it's a balance between where it gets too far and where it's just on the edge of it. So every time I train, I just try my best to get to that dark spot and just lock in and zone out to whatever it is, and really be focused on being in the moment we're playing football, really having that killer instinct.
Man, I hope Dante Thornton works out with the Raiders. I really do. But it just seems like last year you seen how much growth that he would need in order for him to be a viable option in the pass game. And I don't think he really showed that, maybe because he was kind of put in a position that, where he couldn't really succeed, because for a lot of different reasons. You could point to whoever decided that he should be the starting number one receiver, day one, X receiver. And then you got the Chip Kelly and the Pete Carroll wars, and what offensive scheme, the quarterback play, the offensive line. There's so many things that factor into like the entire offense just being trash. That being said, like hopefully he's had a hell of an offseason. And to be honest with you, from his perspective, it's wide open.
Oh, it is, yeah.
If he wants to make a point to be like the guy or be a guy, you know, that they can build around as far in that receiver room, like this is a perfect time. We all know Bowers is going to be the number one option offensively. Then obviously you got to think about Genty. He's the next best offensive weapon on offense. And then you've heard like Kubiak mention McCaffrey and the offense, like, so they're going to prioritize getting him going in the pass game. But as from a wide receiver standpoint, hey, Thornton has a hell of a like training camp. Build some chemistry with Kirk Cousins and Mendoza. We'll see. I just haven't heard too much, but we'll see. He's saying all the right things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wide open competition, like you said. I mean, we don't have a true guy in front of me. Technically, should Jack Bech be way out ahead of him? He should be. He's a second round pick, but is he really? I mean, we heard what our guy said about him. What Q Myers was saying about him, right? Like, dude ain't really done nothing.
Yeah.
To really separate himself. Literally and figuratively. So. And then you got Dante. If you listen to the podcast, you listen to a lot of stuff he said, he seems to have the right mentality. Now, having the right mentality doesn't always translate to on the field, but he talked about, just realizing that his speed is not going to be everything in the NFL because everybody in the NFL is fast. So we got to work on other things. Talk about just not having confidence in himself at times. And so, when he went out there, he didn't perform confidently. And that led to bad performances, which led to other people losing confidence in him, which further affected his confidence. So that's why he talked about like kind of going to that dark place and like just blacking it all out and not really caring, just being in that zone. And so that's what he was talking about. Like, that's what he feels is going to help him. He's talking about his wide receiver coach helping him just as much with the physical as he is with the mental as well. And everybody says it, like, the game is 90% mental. So if you can get that mentality and get that confidence and start building that chemistry and have other people have confidence in you, that can change everything for you. So, I mean, do I have high hopes for Dante Thornton? No, but he's a young player still, potential. So I'm hoping he's able to turn around. I hope any of these young receivers will turn around. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Dante Thornton, I don't care if it's Jack Bech, Trey Tucker, Michael Mayer, any of these young pass catchers. One of you guys take some of the pressure off of Brock, help us get the run game going so they're not just loading up the box all the time. Do something, right? You do something to alleviate the pressure from those other aspects, and that'll go a long way toward making our offense much more competent this next season and going forward.
The one thing I will say, though, that's going for him is that he does got some speed. And Kubiak values speed at the wide receiver position. But, you got guys like Trey Tucker, who's also fast. Jalen Naylor, you could probably put him up there. I would say...
Plays faster than times.
Yeah, but I would say Tucker and Thornton might be faster. I think
Tucker. Tucker, I would say Tucker's the fastest player on the team. He didn't run the fastest 40, but I think he was probably the fastest player on the team.
Okay, yeah, I can believe that. But so I'll put Tucker and Thornton. And Thornton, if he has a good, training camp, he could be one of the surprise guys that that we might see be contributing early. Especially, it's just crazy to say that because he was day one starter last year. Versus to say that he's a surprise guy to start this year is like that tells you like the reality of like what we seen last year is like, man, like. If he's a day one starter again, the second year in a row, it's like, that's crazy. But if he's a day one starter and he plays well, then, hey, that's a testament to his work ethic and him kind of like having a great offseason and kind of like basically proving himself to this offense and this team, this coaching staff. So hopefully he steps up. Those are the guys I'm looking at. I'm looking at Bech. I'm looking at Dante Thornton. I'm looking at Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor. Like all these guys are basically the top receivers on the team. There's other receivers that I'm not mentioning, but I'm like, is he even? Is he
worth mentioning?
Yeah, like
I mean,
because some guys are not even gonna make the team.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's excited about Malik Benson, aka Mike Dixon.
Oh, Malik Benson, I'm forgetting about him too. Yeah, they like him too. They like him too.
Yeah, everybody's excited about him. I know a lot of people like the EJ Williams dude out of Indiana. You know, he's a bigger body. He has some chemistry, obviously, with Mendoza. So, you know, like there's that guy. There's some talent there, but I mean, it's just a disappointing. And this is going to show us a lot about Clint Kubiak, right? Because these guys individually aren't super talented, you know, outside of Brock. So it's going to be a lot of scheming that is going to have to go on with Kubiak to kind of manufacture like open receivers and open guys, you know. So we're going to see. He's going to have to get in his bag this year. But that's why the Raiders hired him, because they think he has the ability to do so.
No, for sure. I think basically JSN in this offense is going to be Brock Bowers.
Most likely,
he's going to find all types of ways to basically give him the rock. So we'll see what it looks like. But we know, like, if anybody watching, you know, anybody does fantasy football, like Brock should be like, he would actually be like one of the guys that you would pick if you had to bet who's going to have a big year.
No, for sure.
So at what point do you draft him? It's kind of hard because you don't know what the quarterback situation is. The Raiders, you don't know the offense. Like, but like, man, what round? I don't even know what round. Would you take him in the first round? And the 12,
it's hard to take. Hard to take him first round.
12-teamer.
First round is tough. Yeah, first round is tough. Second round, you can convince me. Second round, you can convince me, but it's hard to convince, especially because we know Kubiak is committed to the run as well. So, you know, so he's going to run, and he's going to basically run as much as he passes. That's what he did last year with Seattle. It was a perfect 50-50 split between the two. But, you know, even with that, still, JSN had crazy numbers. So, you know, if he's going to use Brock the same way, there's still potential there, but you probably want to go for a running back round one if you can, or like a for sure surefire elite wide receiver. No, you can grab Brock round two.
Yeah, because you don't know. The thing is about what Brock is like. Let's look to his rookie year. He had catches. If it's a PPR league, then it'd be like, oh, actually, then his value kind of goes up a little bit because I think he's gonna get the catches. But what does his yards look like? You don't know. Are they gonna
touchdowns too?
Touchdowns, like I think he could be a double-digit touchdown, but you have to see it. We haven't seen it, and the only reason we haven't, you could argue, the only reason why I haven't seen it is just like he's been able to be productive and dominant at times without a quarterback.
Yeah,
without a top offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Like imagine giving like Clint Kubiak right now is like thinking about all types of ways that he can free up Brock. So that's what I'm saying. Like JSN before Kubiak got to Seattle, he was a pretty productive receiver. Like the year prior, I think he had like 1,300 yards.
Yeah,
or well over 1,000 yards.
That was his rookie year though. So I won't say that was his rookie year.
His first year?
I think that was his first year. Yeah, JSN. I think that was his first year.
Man, he was balling in his first year. Then let me see.
Yeah, I think that was his first year.
JSN. All right, let's look at his career here. Oh no, it was his second year. So his first year he had 63 catches, 628 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. This last year was the second year. The year prior was the first year.
No, so 2023 was his rookie year.
It was 2023. Okay. So last year was year 3 for him.
Yeah. So 2024, he had 100 catches, over 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Obviously, last year he just went crazy. He had 119 catches, almost 1,800 yards, and 10 touchdowns. And this is JSN. So all I'm saying is like Brock is going to be Man,
He's gonna be a
he stays healthy. He's gonna get like some good. I mean, health, and then
that's the thing.
And consistent quarterback play too.
Yeah, but like I said, even with inconsistent quarterback play, Brock is gonna still be productive. Like we've seen it before.
Yeah.
But health is the key. Yeah, he was hurt at Georgia. He was hurt last year. He was able to kind of stave off injury that first year, fortunately. But but even going into last year, he was going into his rookie year. He didn't participate at all like the combine because he was hurt. I don't think he even participated in the pro day at all because he was hurt. So he's had some injuries. So let's hope that's not an issue going forward. And if he's healthy and he's on the field, he's gonna put up crazy numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, facts, man. If you haven't already, make sure to clock in. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're not done yet. We got what's real, what's not, man. What we got, Severe?
You want to go with that? Did you have one? You want to go with the one I had? I thought you had one.
What's real, what's not? Let's do a what's real, what's not. Oh, I think that means it's on you now. Nah, I got you.
Good though. Yeah, I don't care.
I guess we could stick with the Brock Bowers theme.
All right.
And we'll say that Brock Bowers will have over 100 catches and over 1,200 yards, 10 plus touchdowns next season. Brock Bowers will have. So this is what's real, what's not. By the way, what's real, what's not. This is where we say a statement. Everybody in the chat as well as us, we also react if it's real or not. And what I'm saying is that Brock Bowers will have over 100 catches, over 1,200 yards receiving, and 10 plus touchdowns. Is that real or is it not?
Just off the catches alone, I gotta say not real. Yardage, I think he'll get close actually. 1,200 is tough though, because very few tight ends in history have gone 1,200 yards. Obviously, Brock is one of them. I want to say, Brock is one of them. But so that's not a common occurrence. But Brock isn't a common player. But just off the catches alone, I'm gonna say, and in touchdowns too, that's kind of tough too. He didn't put up a lot of touchdowns as a rookie either. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say not real. I'm
gonna say real.
Year 3. NJ fans, year 3 for Brock.
And it was year 3 for JSN, just like we just was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And the year 3 is usually the year that a lot of players, they kind of break out, and they have they pretty much figure out like that's usually their breakout year, that third year.
Yeah.
Me personally, like I said, man, Clint Kubiak, man, he's going to find a way to get the ball to the playmakers. And he has a whole entire offseason to figure that out. And the names include Brock Bowers. The names include Ashton Genty. Obviously they're going to be running the football. And then, after that, it's just the Jalen Naylors of the world, Trey Tuckers and things like that. But he likes to use a lot of those guys to create spacing. He likes to, to get the speedy guys out there, but not just to create spacing, but also create big plays too. So it's not like he's not going to be taking any shots. But man, Brock, man, I just feel like it's his third year. I think this is probably, you can argue this is probably the best quarterback play that he's going to have this year. You can make an argument. You know what I mean? Like, I know going into last
year. Should be.
Probably the best quarterback he's played with. The best quarterback that he's played with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even still, because I feel the coaching staff, they really love Trey Tucker. They really want to get Ashton Genty going. And I think we're going to spend a lot of time in 12, 13 personnel probably as well. So Brock is going to be on the field a lot. But just that volume of catches, it's tough. It's tough for me to say yes for sure on. And even the yardage is kind of tough too. Brock, but I feel more comfortable with the yardage because Brock is a big play threat, even at tight end. He's a big play. He's a put the ball in his hands. He can get you 10, 15 yards with the ball in his hands,
But he
easy.
got hands.
Yeah, exactly.
He's,
Yeah, I'm not nervous. I'm just saying I don't know if they're gonna.
He did it his rookie year.
But now
with who at offensive coordinator, with who at quarterback, with who around him on offense. Now you could argue the receiver core is kind of shaky, or it is shaky. But I'm giving Clint Kubiak a little bit of. I'm giving him a boost because he has Kubiak, figuring out plays for him, as well as all right. Kirk Cousins should be better than a lot of the quarterbacks that we've seen out there last few years.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing for me is that like you did that your rookie year with Aiden O'Connell at quarterback. Aiden.
Yeah, but I know. I think we're gonna run the ball a lot more. Like we were one of the lowest teams in rush attempts the last 2 years, so we're gonna run the ball a lot more. And also, obviously you're offensive coordinator. Your job is to put the ball in your best playmaker's hands. But it's also to spread the ball around as well. You don't want it to be just one guy because then teams would just game plan to stop that person.
Right.
So that's why I think it's going to be tough for him to produce the same. But even though he has a better offensive coordinator, a better quarterback situation, I just think that by virtue of that as well, it's going to be more balanced offensively, whether that be in the run-pass situation or whether that be the target shares among the pass catchers. So that's why I think it's just going to be tough to hit those metrics. And I don't know if we're going to be. The thing that will help is that, and the thing that kind of hurts is that we think our defense is going to be better. So we're going to be in positions where we can run the ball more, or we're hoping we can be in positions where we can run the ball more. We're not going to be behind quite as much where we're forced to throw, so that elevates our passing numbers. So that's why I think which is the situation we were in 2 years ago, where it's like basically, remember through the first 4 or 5 games, Gardner Minshew was leading the league in pass attempts and passing yards and all that stuff because we couldn't run the ball at all.
Yeah, I get the running the ball, but still, you could argue that the amount of weapons that we have on offense in the pass game, and the fact that he's going to be the number one guy that we go to, which should give him more targets. So if you look at his targets from his rookie year up until this point. Let me go ahead and pull this up. If you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell. So in 2024, his rookie year, he had 153 targets. Do you think that he goes over that amount or he's going to be under that amount in targets?
Probably under that amount. Who was the next nearest person?
That's a good question. That normally we wouldn't even care, but you know what I mean.
It's probably Jacoby because Devontae got traded that year, so probably Jacoby.
Let's see the receiver.
How much was Jacoby's target share? So I'm sure Jacoby was number 2.
Jacoby had. Yeah, he had 129 targets.
129. Okay, maybe Brock might be able to do it then. Maybe Brock might be able to do it. Because but I think it's probably Jacoby.
Ain't no Jacoby on his team, bro. Ain't no
Jacoby on his team. But I think that Kubiak still wants to spread the ball around though. That's what I think. I think that in that situation, we were just every play was designed for Brock. And I think every play is going to have an option for Brock. You're going to have a look for Brock. But, I think it's going to be designed to get other players open. And like I said, we're going to run the ball a lot more this year as well. So that's where I kind of have trouble with it.
Yeah, they're going to run the football. But, all right, last year, I think the Seahawks committed to the run game a lot. I don't know.
They were balanced.
They were very balanced. But I just looked at like at JSN's like targets, and it was about like 160. Look, he had 163 targets.
Yeah, that's true.
And the one thing that everybody talked about with Seattle was like how balanced they were on offense.
Yeah, well, balanced running and pass. I mean, and it's a similar situation because think about who's the second best receiver on that team. Probably an older Cooper Kupp, and he probably didn't get
catches, bro. We're talking about catches. You can argue that he's probably not going to just the nature of his his position. Not to cut you off, the nature of his position, he's not going to be able to like get like 1,800 yards like receiving or something like that. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
even the targets too, though, because the big difference between JSN the year prior or the 2 years prior and to when Kubiak got there is that the 2 years prior he spent the lion's share of his snaps in the slot, and then last year under Kubiak he spent the lion's share of his snaps out wide. And that was kind of what opened up his game a little bit more. So, can Brock go out wide? Yeah, obviously. He can bake. Is he going to be out wide consistently? No. He will most likely be in the slot. So, I mean, like I said, I think they're going to spread the ball around a lot more. But just like Seattle the year prior, JSN was clearly the best pass catcher on that team. Brock is far and away clearly the best pass catcher on this team too. So, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I still don't think he'll do it.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But I think it's real. Obviously, Severe's thinking it's not real. Let us know in the chat. Raider Unleashed says Kubiak said he wanted to get Ashton Genty more involved in the pass game as well.
Yeah, too. Yeah.
Yeah, but that just speaks to the Raiders, the state of. I think that speaks more to the for you to bring that up as a point. I just think about how like the Raiders' weapons overall on offense is like lacking. Like they don't really have a lot of like options. They don't have like legit options in the pass game outside of like outside of Bowers. Then you have to think about it like, oh, they just signed Jalen Naylor. Maybe Michael Mayer, has his breakout year.
Breakout year. I don't know that. Maybe he has a better year. Breakout is a stretch.
Well, breakout year in terms of like, it's his last year on his contract.
It'll be his best year.
He's healthy all of his games, and like knowing Kubiak and how he likes to run in 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets. Maybe he's a guy that like will get freed up because Bowers is going to take up a lot of attention. So to your point, if they're going to spread the ball around, I'm thinking like, who are they going to throw the ball to? But either way, if he's the number one guy, he's going to get a certain amount of targets. And just looking about the weapons and the fact that you have to bring up a running back as a guy that might take away targets from Brock Bowers. Come on, bro. Yeah. Brock Bowers is going to give you explosive plays down the field. We're not talking about a guy that's going to get like, he's a guy that you can throw a 3-yard pass to him and he can get you a first down, if not more. Or you could throw it down the field and he's going to be out. Man, he could take it to the house. You know what I mean? For 40-yard touchdown. I don't want to say 50.
We've seen it. We've seen him do it.
He got that breakaway speed a little bit at tight end, and it catches players off guard because they don't realize how fast he is. But yeah, I think you can argue the yards in my opinion, but like in terms of like he's not gonna get like 15. I don't think he can get 1,500. But I don't think so. JSN got 1,800 last year. What's the most? What's the most that Kelsey got?
Most that Kelsey got? Ooh,
Kelsey's
probably like 1,500. So probably in that range. I think we looked at the numbers.
I think Bowers can get up there. I don't know if he does it. I don't think he does it next year. I think he could do it when everything is like quarterback plays good, play caller, like everything.
Yeah.
Is good. But like it's still not all the way there on offense. So we can't really say for sure that he's gonna get like 1,500 yards. But if you're telling me 100+ catches, I would bet on it. I actually would bet on that. I think he can get 100+ catches. I think he can get at least 1,200 yards, and I think he get at least 10+ touchdowns just because he got ball skills, he got hands, he can go up and go get it. He's a route runner. Like so many ways they have ways to get him ball. And
So the top season is Kelsey with 1,400. The next is Kittle with 1,377. After that is Mark Andrews 1,361. Then it's Kelsey twice 1,338 and 1,336. Then it's Gronk 1,327 and Jimmy Graham 1,310. Then Kellen Winslow Sr. way back in 1980. This is the most impressive number of them all. In 1980, he put up 1,290 yards. That's crazy. Crazy.
Because they weren't passing the ball like that.
But look, but see, only these guys, look at receptions. So Kelsey, we only fit in 15 games. He put, and damn, Kelsey did that in 15 games. 14, 16, that was in 15 games. But that was 105 catches. You know, the Mark Andrews, he had 107 catches. Travis had another 110, then 103. Tony Gonzalez had 102. Trey McBride last year had 126. But those are the only guys with. Then like you go way down. Brock is 17th all time with yardage. He had 112 catches. Darren Waller is obviously, ironically, Darren Waller is 16th all time, and he had 1196, but he had 107 catches. That was in 16 games. Brock was in 17 games.
All right, so you said Trey McBride, right?
Trey McBride had 126.
Had 126. Great season last year. Yeah. I think Bowers is the best tight end, but you know, people could, you know, so there's probably some Trey McBride people out there, and they're like, hey, nah, McBride is that guy. He had a big season. I get it. Had 126 catches, over 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. He had 169 targets.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody on offense outside of Marvin Harrison at wide receiver.
Michael Wilson. And Michael Wilson is nice too. Michael Wilson's actually really good.
McBride is their number one. It was their number one pass option on offense. Yeah. And he had 169 targets. That's all I'm saying. You give a guy a talented player like Bowers that many targets, he's going to give you 100 catches. He's going to give you, you know what I mean? I think he can get to the 1,200. Now look at like when you named like the numbers as far as receiving yards, I'm like, okay, 1,200 yard might be the yards right there might be the one where I'm like, will he get to 1,200 over 1,200 yards? I think he can, but like, you never know. But I think he can get to 100 catches for sure and 10 plus touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list. It's not a lot of tight ends with more than 100 catches. It is like, it's not a lot.
Yeah.
Brock did it. It's looking at the list. It's Kelsey. Well, Kelsey's done it a few times. Kittle not even out here for doing it. Kittle's the best year.
Gonzalez got to have done it too. Gonzalez. For
sure. Tony Gonzalez barely did it. He got 102. Obviously, we heard Trey McBride 126. Then you still go down a bunch, and it's 107 with Darren, 112 with Brock, then 100 with Lionel Taylor, then 116 with Zach Ertz in 2018.
So the one thing I'll say about McBride, he's been doing it for a while. So like starting with, let's say his second year in the league, he has 81 catches, 800 yards, receiving 3 touchdowns. His third year in the league, in 2024, he had 111 catches, over 1,100 yards, just 2 touchdowns though. But last year he, like I said, 126 catches, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So McBride, you know, hey, he's one of the best tight ends in the NFL for sure. I'm just saying, like, hey, to me, Brock, like he came out his rookie year with a statement. We seen the talent. We see the talent. Like every time he's on the field, like we're like, damn, like he's one of the best players at his position, if not the best.
Yeah.
And that you give a Kubiak the entire offseason to figure out what to do with a Brock Bowers, and he literally created a plan to get JSN the ball, and JSN just went off in his third year. And Brock is in his third year.
Yeah.
I'm just betting on. I am betting on him going over, but we'll see. We'll definitely see.
We'll see. Like I said, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm like, not like if it happens, I'm like, oh my god, I never saw this coming. And like, I don't see it happening, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. One thing I will say just about Brock, you look at Brock's season, he had 112 catches. What happened? Coach fired. Darren Waller, 2020, did the coach get fired that year? No, I don't think the coach got fired that year, but he was hurt the next year, so he wasn't able to come back on that. And obviously, we know about Trey McBride, 126 catches. What happens? Coach fired. So
Yeah,
maybe volume passing to your tight end, unless you're Andy Reid, you got Pat Mahomes. Maybe that's not the best course of action.
let me see the year that he had. Damn,
Rebel, is that 86 targets, 86 catches?
Hey, that 2019 year by Darren Waller was kind of crazy. He had 117 targets. Look, just think about this, because like all right, I think off the top of my head, I think McBride had 169 targets with 126 catches.
Yeah.
Waller had 117 targets, 90 catches. So it's like every time we went to Waller, it was usually a catch.
Yeah.
The following year, which was his best year, was 145 targets, 107 catches, pretty much 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Bro, I think Waller gets this. I mean, I think Bowers gets 150 at least targets. There's no one in like Jack Besh. Oh, my bad, Jack Besh. For sure. Jack Besh and Dante Thornton, man, they gonna spoil the fantasy, you know what I'm saying, fun for people, man. So
yeah, that's where you got like legitimate argument, because it's like if they not going to Brock, who are they going to? It's like yeah, you got a point.
And then just what Kubiak did with JSN, like damn, like you give him a weapon, he's like, all right, I'm gonna figure out every way to give him the football, you know. And then one thing too that we haven't seen, that we've seen other teams do with tight ends that are talented, is that like Brock Bowers is one of those guys, like if you put the ball in his hands, he's gonna be able to break tackles. He got the speed to like pull away for some of these defenders. You know what I mean? Like kind of what he was doing in Georgia at times. You know what I mean? We haven't really seen that in the NFL. So that wouldn't be a target.
They did a little bit his rookie year where they try to throw them a little small, like, you know, like not really tunnel screens, but give him like little short passes and let him do his thing.
Yeah.
But not like the designs were like super great, where, you know, like they'll be schemed up better under Kubiak. They'll be schemed up way better.
Yeah. Nah, facts. But man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Thanks for clocking in. At this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you haven't already, first time joining us, definitely subscribe to both channels. We're going live on both channels, as well as hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching the replay, definitely leave a comment. Hit the hype button too as well. Like, hey, if you guys mess around, you see the hype button, definitely go ahead and click that. We appreciate that. It helps us out. Severe, man, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
You guys know what it is, man. Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, IG, Kick, Twitch, True Social. You know, holla at your boy, man. Tuesdays, you know, Thursdays will be back soon, but Tuesdays and Thursdays, my dog PharoahNFL, the 50-50 show and Around the Shield. And then check me out tomorrow, the Raider War Room. Chris from Protect the Shield and 805 Raider. I'm coming with y'all live. Trying to get Mondays back cracking. My son, they training for Junior Olympics, so it's tough. They like 4 days a week at this point. So Junior Olympics at the end of next month. So after that, you know, it's just gonna coincide right with football season. So it's right on time. So
right,
right on time. So, you know, I'll be able to be a little more free at that point, man. But you know, make sure you tap in with your boy.
Definitely. Raider Unleashed his Bowers had 86 targets last season in 12 games. Come on, bro. That, to me, that's not good.
Yeah.
Like, well, look, I'll say this. Bowers was hurt for a little, like the whole season was kind of off. Like he was hurt for a little stretch.
Yeah.
And then like, man, like you seen what happened last season. Like Chip Kelly, And that offense, the offensive line, the quarterback play. Then we heard that the offense was changed mid-season. They're not even running a Chip Kelly offense. They're running some form of Shane Waldron. And this coming from the head coach, who's not an offensive guru. He's a defensive head coach. Not to take away that he doesn't say that he doesn't know anything about offense. It just tells you a little bit of dysfunction that was going on that football team. And you could tell week in, week out on offense, we're like, what is going on? Like, this is terrible. You know, so yeah, and it showed too, because there were games where Bowers would get off, you get the football, and then the following week would get like 1 target, 2, like, and he's clearly the best offensive weapon. And I'm sure teams are doing things to like probably take him away and forcing, you know, the Raiders to go somewhere else with it. But like, there got to be a way to figure out a way to get your best player to football.
Exactly.
All the good teams, all the like the guys that are able to like find ways to get the balls to the playmakers, especially their best players, they should be able to do that. But the Raiders couldn't. That's probably the reason why they weren't a good football team. So, see, that's why context matters too.
Yeah,
but even if I didn't know what happened last season, you told me he had 86 targets in 12 games, I'd be like, bro, that is disgusting. That's disgusting. But like, I guess like what, 4 games or 5? That's 5 games. Of targets. So, and then like, wait, would you say that like Bowers get at least 10 targets a game, or close to it?
Close. I think it would be close to it. Most games would be close to it.
So if he were to play like 17 games, he probably would hit like, let's say that's like 50.
The 140. I would say like the 140 range. Yeah, 140-ish.
So if you added it up with this right here, 86 cut, it would probably be like 130, 140 targets, which is not bad.
Not bad.
But it's still bad in my eyes. Like, nah, like if you look at our,
I think that's good. I think it's good. And they're usually high percentage throws too. So I mean, like if he gets like 140 targets, he'll easily clear 100 catches.
I want 200 targets. If you telling me we're in an offense with and you can't even predict. We can't even predict who's the starting receiver.
Yeah, but we're gonna run the ball too much for that though. That's the thing. I think we're gonna run the ball too much for that. Well, hopefully we run the ball too much. I mean, we gotta get something out of it. You know,
right,
we gotta get something out of it.
It's gonna be the Dylan Lobby show.
We gotta get something out of dreadlocks, bro. We gotta get something out of dreadlocks. So
yeah, Ashton Genty is definitely gonna. That's another conversation too. It's like Ashton Genty, you know, hopefully he's gonna be that guy at running the football. But yeah, man, we'll see, man. It's so much that we can talk about. We'll save it for another show. Hopefully we'll be back soon. It's off season, so like around the Shield, we might make it happen. Hopefully we get someone on. If not, we'll be back here. 50-50 show every Tuesdays. Around the Shields usually every Thursdays. And someone brought up, even though they were joking earlier, we'll try to bring up the lines too. We'll open up the lines as well on Around the Shield when we have that on. So we appreciate everybody coming through. Definitely subscribe to both channels. Go over to Around the Shield on IG and on X. Definitely give a follow. People watching the replay, leave a comment, let us know your thoughts, all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody supporting and watching the show, man. The best late night show in the biz, man. So we appreciate everybody coming through. Hey, man. Hey, look, we got less than a few weeks. We got a few weeks till because we're officially in July.
In July,
so it's like basically 2-3 weeks away from training camp.
Yeah, 3 weeks. July 23rd, Ricky's report. I think July 28th, Veterans report. I want to say.
Yep. Yeah, like you can see it on the ticker right here. July 23rd, rookies report, and then the vets report on July 28th. Yep.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. See, you got look. Pharaoh looking out for y'all, man.
Hey,
Pharaoh
man,
looking out for y'all.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to help y'all out, man. But we appreciate everybody coming through. Any last thoughts here before we head out?
Sadronis Ilgauskas, bro. Sadronis Ilgauskas.
Sasha Vucic.
Hey, he won them with the free throw. He won the championship with them free throws.
Eric Snow.
Eric Snow was nice. Eric Snow was nice.
Hell nah. Eric Snow
was nice.
He was just defensive guard. That's what he was. He wasn't really.
I think he won 6th man of the year.
Eric Snow?
Yeah.
Eric Snow won 6th man of the year?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Hold on. Let me look that up.
Don't be hating on Krillin.
On the
That's
way out, too.
that's
On the
that's
way out.
that's black. That's Black Krillin. That is Black Krillin.
Eric Snow, 6 man at a year. Eric Snow did not win.
He didn't win. Okay, I thought he won 6 man of the year. He was in. I think he was in a running then.
He had no offense. He was just a defensive guard. He's not that good, bro. That Sixers team was literally get out the way, give the ball to AI, and get a rebound and play defense. That's basically what it was. You know, AI was like he was a great player at that time, man. So he scored. He was a volume scorer. He scored a lot of points. Won MVP, but that team was built to rebound the ball and play defense and get the ball to AI.
Scorer, yeah. He was a scoring. Yeah, but that's what it was. I mean, he was mostly. Hey,
Fizz, man. Hey, Mutombo. Yep, Mutombo. Matt Geiger. Was
He's a big, tall white center.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of someone else that was on the team. Oh, Aaron McKee.
Aaron McKee. That's who it was. That might have been. That's tripping. I think Aaron McKee won 6 man of the year. Eric Snow was a starter. Eric Snow was a starter with AI.
You know, it's so funny when I looked this up. You know, AI is on the search engines now. The player many fans confuse Snow with his longtime Philadelphia 76ers teammate Aaron McKee. McKee took home NBA 6 man a year. So he won he won it.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. Aaron McKee. Aaron McKee was dark skinned. Yeah, so Eric Snow looked like Krillin, and Aaron McKee was dark skinned. He had the beard. Yeah. I remember Aaron McKee. Yeah. That's what it was. I remember they had a 6 man of the year.
Eric Snow was trash. He was trash. But you know, it is what it is, man. We'll be back at it, man. This conversation never ending, man. And you know what? It's good. It's kind of cool that we kind of incorporated another sport. Probably do this more often a little bit every now and then.
Fact, yes. Especially now in the dry time. I wish I knew some soccer. I would be talking World Cup with y'all, man. But
I'll keep up. I mean, right now we're getting to the nitty gritty. You know, I think it's like elimination now. Winner go home because it's after group play. So man, we'll see, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. We'll be back soon. Peace.